Looks like the players are ready. Here we go!
Whenever you're up, let me know.
Welcome everybody to the Snapdragon Pro Series Grand Finals here today. You know what it be, G the Ico here, aside Kronos. I had to whip out the good suit today, you know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
know. Oh my God, and I got some good colors. Look at that, we're kind of twinning anyway.
I see.
I mean, why not? We make sure we look the best when it's the big day. My glass is getting a little foggy because I took a nice made sure I look a little clean for this one
I thought
today.
I looked hot enough for you that it was steaming you up.
Hey, maybe, you know, maybe for all the ladies out there, just be careful, you know. There might be some water loose somewhere, but hey, folks, we're getting ready to go into the. I think this final. It is one of the most anticipated one. At least I can say this matchup itself. Twisted Minds versus Fire Flux Esports could not have been better. You know, the sun is shining, the sky is blue wherever you are in whichever part of the world right now. You got a blue suit on, I got a blue shirt, I got a blue waistcoat on. You know, we're here to rock it. You know, it's like I took the parts that he didn't want, and he took the parts that I didn't put. So yeah, I know we make a good team. That's how you put on a good show. That's how you be a good duo for those of you who are watching. But hey, like you said, GD Ico and Kronos, we're here to bring you the action. And absolutely fantastic. Look, we're all suited, booted, ready to rock and roll. And let's see how the series goes down. But G, apart from all that, you've really needed hard to put on a time, man.
Hey. Yeah. You know? Hey. It is what it is.
It's alright. It's good.
Hey, but the grand finals coming up, man. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to see what these two teams have. Kind of looking at I think the schedule is being dropped right now. Just a quick little preview here. Hope I went away too fast. They're quicker than me. They got the quick hands here. But I was gonna say while that was popping up, that today is going to be the day that the king is crowned on the Snapdragon Pro Series. We got Twisted Minds versus Fire Flux Esports. Both these teams have been grinding their way through 2 tournaments essentially, which is crazy to like just fathom at this point, right? Like they've been through so many matches. I mean, you can kind of look at the other tournament as being like a regular season or something like that compared to the NACT, but I feel like it was a little bit of a higher tier tournament because it was like the top teams from 3 different regions, right? Like, so this is a little bit different than I would say a regular season for the NACT. Like, these teams are definitely high tier. They've made it here, and now they're all competing for 50,000 USD. So huge.
Yeah, that's true, and I think we could put it up there in terms of not just the regular season. I think this is like, you could say, like you said, it's slightly bigger than the playoffs, I think, a little bit, the NACT, just because it's a culmination of like 3 different regions. But at the same time, the exposure of the tournament that NACT has is something else. So I would say it's on par, and it gives a platform for all the European teams that are currently not so exposed to, the global Mobile Legends Bang Bang scene. And this Snapdragon Pro Series, the Challenge Finals, the Open Finals, it just gave them a platform to showcase what they did. And of course, a big kudos and thank you for all of the teams that took part and qualified to make sure that they were at least having a game in those brackets, right? Because regardless of if they lost or if they won any game or if they didn't win any game, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort to get to this point, and this is an effort that should not be discounted whatsoever. So just happy to see that a lot of teams from different regions are participating, and of course going against giants from the MENA region and Turkey as well. It's just it might have been something that they were reaching for the stars, like the M3 BTK lineup that went on from NACT. From North America, they went for the miracle run, and we've seen a couple of miracle runs. Yeah, I know. Twisted Minds with the miracle run of their own coming to the finals. So it could be a story for them to tell, or will it just be another trophy in the cabinet for Fire Flux Esports?
Hey, it's one of the top tier Saudi Arabia teams, right? From the Middle East. So it's good to see that the other regions are able to stay up onto par and constantly swap some things up. Like the biggest thing that we seen yesterday, just like a big highlight that I felt like was like maybe not like a play, but like an overall objective that we seen is that they swapped Morrow out for Troll, which was like that was I don't know if that was a big brain move or a Twisted Minds move, right? Maybe we'll see more of that.
I know. I like the Morrow move, Morrow and Troll move, because I think Morrow has been playing more of a playmaking set potential kind of a roamer. But when Troll came, you just started seeing pickoffs left, right, and center with that Masha that nobody expected. And now every time, I can obviously say that maybe Morrow can play the Masha, but not as well as Troll. But at the same time, I think Troll can pull off some of these, set potential roamers, the big beefy ones that can provide utility and not just be pickoff kind. So, I think Troll possibly would be the way that they're maybe looking forward to go in this series, but it just opens up so many different, possibilities for their side. And Fire Flux Esports, they'll be looking at, is Troll playing? Then probably got to ban out the Masha, maybe the Franco, maybe the Kadita as well, just so that we don't get picked off. But at the same time, you forget he is a roam player. He's a tank player. He definitely has the Minotaur, the Edith, the Arlot in his arsenal. It's just might not be as good as his Masha, but it's a mind game at this point. And who better to do it than Twisted Minds, right, G? You see that? Play of the words, man. You. Got it. I'm waiting for the grandstand to show it up.
Kronos over here learning. I had to make sure someone wasn't recording me from behind. I was like, hey man, that boy catching on. He catching on. Hey, it's good to see. It's good to see these two teams. Like I said, they're grinding it out, switching some things up, pulling out an amazing, just a sub out of nowhere to be able to perform at such a high quality of a level. And again, just reiterating, we are in the grand finals of the Snapdragon Pro Series, and let's take a look at some of the highlights of the two teams here. As these, again, this is like throughout all of the Snapdragon series, so you'll see some crazy moves. Is there anybody you're looking forward to seeing right now, Kronos?
At this point, I would say I do want to keep my eyes on, what's his name? Zoda? Yeah, I almost forgot because it's a 7 and Z, and you get confused. Zoda, absolutely monstrous, and of course, how can we forget Alien on that Ruby? Oh my god, that was an absolute monstrous Ruby. And Mike Sama as well. The battle of the EXP lane is something that we want to see, and I know the cameraman loves showing us that angle as well. So the battle of the EXP is something that we'll definitely want to be looking out for. And at the same time, how these gold laners will be able to carry their team, and how it's all individual roles that they'll have to fulfill and play at their best. But yeah, look at that, just really good heavy spin, the Beatrix. Good highlights, but I think it all comes down to how individual skill can multiply, can be multiplied by the way the team plays. Hey, stealth mode.
The stealth mode, little dino, that's for sure. Kind of taking a look at the lineup of Twisted Minds. Again, the biggest thing that we did see yesterday is Morrow did get subbed out. It looks like he is back. If I'm not mistaken, I seen a little bit of an interview with some of the other streams. So kind of taking a look at Fire Flux Esports. Again, a very seasoned team. They have been around the corner a couple times through a lot of tournaments. So again, they're experienced. But Twisted Minds are here to show them that experience can go a long way as well from their side. They're trying to, both sides are definitely trying to, give it their all. And like you said, I mean, right now, I'm from the Europe region, right? And I mean, they're from Turkey in Europe, right? Fire Flux still a huge team, someone that you have to watch out for. I mean, they were in Incendio Supremacy at one point. Or at least a lot of the players were from Incendio Supremacy. So again, seasoned players picked up by a new team name, and I mean it's almost like kind of like BTK being picked up by Cloud9. It's just hey.
You gotta mention it whenever you can, right? You gotta mention it whenever you can. But hey, of course, you got bragging rights.
Same
you gotta
colors?
show it off.
Same colors.
Yeah, maybe maybe that's something that nobody really thought that would it would go unnoticed. But at the same time, I like how you mentioned that it could happen at any given point. But looking at the players that we saw earlier, right? All jokes aside, let's not forget there's one person that I forgot to mention, and I know G, you are definitely looking forward to him. It's Cuffin.
Oh yeah, the mage role.
A monster in the mid lane on the Valentina, monster on the Louis. But will we see that Louis and Valentina get banned out? Because we are in, folks, for the draft of the first game in this grand finals between Twisted Minds and Fire Flux Esports. They're on the blue and red side, respectively. And we see Angela being banned out by Twisted Minds, Harriet being taken off. Nothing here, but I think it'll come down to the third ban. That's where we'll see these target bans come to play.
Exactly, right? I mean, Angela, I wouldn't say is too typical for the first side, but the second pick side, yeah, definitely the Harriet. The only time we actually seen it slip through a couple times, and I don't even think it really got played. So it's just one of those things. The chip getting out of here, so Twisted Minds really did their research. They kind of watched the games yesterday that Fire Flux pulled out there. So this is a little bit of a different tactical approach. They banned out the Fredrin. Normally we see the Brats being banned out instead. But to be honest, I think right now the Fredrin's a little bit of a higher tier jungle compared to the Brats. Brats can get stuff done, but not at a high tier like a Fredrin.
I mean, of course, Fredrin, ever since his release, he has been in the meta. Definitely something that has to be banned out whenever available. And, I mean, whenever it's there for grabs, at least. You got to pick it or you ban it. There's no questions asked. You don't want to play around with that hero because he will absolutely destroy you no matter what you do. You can pick an assassin, a tank jungler. He's definitely going to be a problem. But same goes with the Matilda. Ever since her release, she's been a problem, a nuisance in the Land of Dawn, and every single person at this point in that roam role has mastered. And look at that, they have to respect the teleportation. The diversion comes in that Louis and the early game aggression that's possible. And of course, Cuffin, he did have 100% win rate on that until last night. But now, you can still say it's a power pick, but on the other side, they go for the Barretts. And I think, G, I know you like the Barretts. Come on, tell us why you like it. For those of you who are watching, G the Icon Chronos here. G, come on, take it away.
Yeah, so I mean, the biggest thing that we're gonna see about what happened with the patch that came out is that it just overall nerfed its early game, but it's still strong into the mid to the late game. So it's just a secure ability. You're able to, I mean, it's a little cheeky move. You can come in stealthily with a little dino if you want. Not gonna be as heavy hitting, but you can come in. But it's still an overall good, well-rounded pick. But Fire Flux is definitely slapping back. They got the Edith, they got the Moskov. One of the biggest things that I want to say is that Fire Flux is not targeting the EXP lane for Twisted Minds, right? Because Mike is a monster in the EXP. Paquito's still open. And then whoop, bam, bam, D, the 2KO king right here, picking up the Paquito. I had a feeling that Fire Flux didn't ban that out. They're going with the typical bans. They're going to have to see if Mike can utilize this Paquito to a high level like he does in every other game that we've seen him. So these are some key aspects to watch out for in the upcoming match.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this Paquito, you usually see teams respect his Paquito and ban it out, but here Mike Sama has it available, and he's going to be that 1-2 knockout blow he'll be giving out in the Land of Dawn from the EXP lane all the way to the back line of Fire Flux Esports. But at the same time, now Fire Flux Esports are testing the waters. It is the grand finals after all. Game number 1 is where they want to test the waters and make sure they get their momentum swinging in their favor. And here the Vexana being picked up for Rosa, and we know how Rosa likes these controlling mages to control the team fights in the mid lane, from the mid lane channel to these neutral objectives. But the only thing is that Cuffin also has this comfort pick in this Valentina that can steal away that Eternal Guardian that usually you don't want to be given out to the opposition. So it's basically a trade, and right now, if I'm looking at it, Twisted Minds are looking very comfortable.
100%. I mean, we both sides kind of have comfort picks at this point, right? Picking up the Moskov, we've seen how Sunshine can definitely excel at the Moskov, and we got to really see what Sano on the side of Twisted Minds can bring to this playing field, right? Definitely something that's gonna. I mean, there could be a couple aspects they go right here. To be honest, I think a lot of people have been sleeping on the Clint, so maybe we see Twisted Mind pick up the Clint. We've also seen Beatrix's randomly pop out as well.
He's loving
and it did really good. So again, it all comes to see to what they go with here, because they still need a roam and they still need a gold lane. So, and you can already see that they're banning out the roams. The Lolita actually seeing a rise in the tournament here, which is wild. And the Minnow. And then Twisted Minds targeting the EXP, getting rid of the Yuzong. Interesting enough. And they get rid of the Masha. They don't want to see that secret pick Masha just coming out. This is something that you got to read in depth of a team. This is anticipation that they suspect that a Masha was going to be on the come up right there.
I agree. It's all coming. You know, it's just they don't want to fall into any of these traps early, any of these trump cards that we pulled out from the other side. And look at that, they already pull one out right now. It's the D-Rot coming on stage, the grand finals, game number 1. They're just not holding back anymore. And I think TNZ, you know, he wants to put on a show for us. And I think we got to keep it up to make sure that we give that best action to you as well, folks. Because don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and the stream as well. And right now, on the other side, the Arlot with the Roger. Roger led through all the way until the last pick for the blue side. That just goes to show that these teams do not care what you pick up. They have a strategy on their side, and they want for it to work. So I feel like this last pick, it could be anything, right? It decides where the Edith is gonna go.
It is true.
It decides where the Edith is gonna go.
That is 100% right. I mean, do we see, like, who's the jungle at this point? Is it the Dyrok? Is it?
I think the Dyrok.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, the Edith could be flexed to the EXP, could be the roam. They could pick up a roam right now, and then Dyroth jungle. I feel like it's all up in the air. They're looking to seal it in, but they're gonna go the Julian. Yo.
TNZ pulled it off. TNZ pulled it off a couple of days ago with the Julian, and how monstrous was it? And we get to see it once again. This Julian is on the rise, folks. I know you've been looking at it in your rank games as well, because the enhanced chains, the enhanced sight, and the enhanced sword just do so much damage. And that power spike in level 3, not 4. But 3, that means early ganks, early damage, and it's just a lot for them to deal with. So I feel like this is the time for Fire Flux Esports to show. They've shown their card early. It's game number 1, but it's all about the momentum, isn't it, G?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, I think the Julian has 100% win rate at this point. Like, it's a power pick, you know, and especially being the last pick of the game. goes to show that they had something in their pocket and they wanted to utilize it right now. So going on, I mean, it's going to make it or break it on this Julian. Is it going to be able to outpower the Brats? Again, in the early stage, I think it has the ability to utilize its its fighter. You said it's not an assassin, but like the fighter mage.
Yeah.
Allows them to utilize that in the early stage, apply a lot of pressure to this Brats. But we're going to be getting into the first game of Twisted Minds versus Fire Flux Esports in the grand finals of the Snapdragon Pro Series. Let's get it. This is going to be crazy. Both drafts look really, really good at this point. It's going to come down to well execution. How are you feeling about these two teams?
Hey, G, it's going to be absolutely great. And you see Cuffin already slowing down the minion waves. Meanwhile, Apex 47, he's getting chewed out a little bit. Maro is forced to flicker around as Yui's alien on the D-Rock is just on the EXP lane just to make sure that they're able to trade even along with Mike Samas, because Mike Samas is going to be dishing out the damage. You need that additional damage coming out from your EXP as well, and that's where Alien will have to shine. So like I said, it comes down to the EXP lane battle, but at the same time, the mid laners are just so versatile and basically carry the teams on their backs when push comes to shove.
The little dino come over to Mike Sama's lane to get a little bit of stacks. He didn't want to go stealth mode into the mid lane. Flicker already baited out by Rosa. Low, he's gonna fall. First blood. Maro.
Oh, Maro. He started off aggressive, and that's what happened, and that's where Twisted Minds start to shine. It's 2 minutes into the game, and they already have 1 kill up as the turtle is just spawned. First turtle in the game, Apex 47 onward just to get the knock-up on towards Cuffin. Not level 4 yet, so doesn't have the IMU to steal anything away, but looks like Fire Flux Esports are giving this turtle away just to make sure that they're able to get their farm and gank the goal lane right on time. But here, TNZ, he might get caught, and Maro just dashing with a vengeance. He doesn't get caught yet. He gets the CC on, but here comes the final slash. He is bobbing and weaving. He picks up another kill on towards Apex 47, but look at Cuffin, forced to flicker forward. He gets caught with the sight, and here he gets the double kill. Maro kind of unstoppable at the moment. 3 kills into his name, but the shutdown going on towards TNZ. That's something that they didn't want to get, but here he comes with the Spear of Destruction. The Purifier to cancel out the death is welcome, and Sunshine picks up a kill to make it 3-2 in this grand finals. What a way to kick things off.
Man, blows from left and right, but it's not stopping. Are they going to be able to get Zoda here?
Yeah, Pistol Strike coming out. And look at Mike Sama making the rotation right on time. Yui's alien, I thought he'd be taken down, but he doesn't live to see another day at this point. And seems like Twisted Minds want to get aggressive, but Fire Flux Esports responding right back that they can be the aggressors as well.
God. Mike Sama is on the chopping block here. They're on the hunt. Again, 3-2. I gotta really highlight that play made by Sunshine, man. Like that pop in the Purifier to be able to secure the kill on the Cuffin was amazing. I mean, that is just the micro play right there that allowed him to escape and be able to get that kill with no problem early on as well. So the Purifier is gonna already be up here soon. So no biggie. Apex though.
Yeah, he goes for the Primal Rat Chain Lightning, but he gets caught in the final slash. He does have the damage to dish out on Maro. Maro gets caught once again. He goes in for the Vengeance just to try and get the kill, but he gets taken down by the Eternal Guardian. But here comes the rest of the cavalry. They pick up Zoda, and that goes into the hands of TNZ, while Apex 47 survives the slightest bit of HP.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. They're just wild at this point. They're leaving me speechless. There's just it's like a rock'em sock'em robot fight in the middle, and they're just duking it out left and right. Maro being a little bit aggressive on this, but look at the final slash.
He just goes for it, doesn't he? No questions asked, forcing Rosa to flicker out. And I thought Rosa was down and out there because Maro, absolute aggression being shown in game number 1 on this R-Lot. We saw this previously in the semifinals as well. He does not hold back. He is not afraid to use those final slashes. He's not afraid to engage because he knows Cuffin is always there to back him up. But right now, they might be looking at each other. He gets the final slash once again, and the Prime he just forced to use that and he just gets taken down in an instant. Morrow definitely the one to pave the way for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, this is getting wild at that point. What a final slash. Being able to see him walking to the bush. But a Daytona's welcome.
On towards Yui's Alien right now. Use the Spectre Step to get something in return. Will he be able to survive? Not enough Spell Lamp. Gets taken down by the Barret. So Soda is finally have a kill on the board. And he should start scaling soon enough.
Yeah, a 9-kill game already at this point at 5 minutes. This is a high kill game already, and you can already see Mike taking out the tower into the lower side. Right now, Twisted Mind's going to be zoning up. The Oreo coming here onto Sunshine.
Oh my god, he got squished, didn't he? The sandwich just made out of this Moskov. Woo!
We like to call that the ice cream sandwich right there. They just, they milked them up and sandwiched them in. And I mean, right now it looks like both teams are on fire. A 2K gold lead into Twisted Mind's hands. Again, we might see. I don't think he's gonna take the risk, but that's 2 towers down. The next turtle, the turtle pit's looking like it's in the favor of Fire Flux. Seems like the Julian play's not doing too bad. I mean, it's 2-0, but let's see.
Yeah, Deafness welcome to get out of the chain CC that they were going to lock him down on the Vision Strike being used, but meanwhile TNZ gets zoned, the Retribution on point, he gets taken down by Mike Sama. This is why the Paquito is unstoppable. As you can see, Primal Rod coming out from Apex 47, but he has to get out of harm's way, forced to flicker as well, gets taken down, and the Roger is here to pick up the pieces. Sano finally getting online, ready to support his team, while the rest of them is zoned the side of Fire Flux Esports, and Twisted Minds will be looking to get the mid lane.
Wow.
Slash with the flicker. What a play coming in from Morrow in this grand stage, and Twisted Minds have the recall taunts going because they are here not to play but to take this tournament by storm and crown themselves as champions.
That was crazy. A 3-man final slash to allow them to even push in the second tier mid tower. 7 minutes in, almost a 6,000 gold lead at this point, already invading the enemy's jungle. They're looking to go again. Final slash onto TNZ. Nothing of it though. Almost being fatal for him. He's seen his life flash before his eyes the moment he blinked. That was crazy. Twisted Mind's aggression top tier at this point. Next is the Lord. What can Fire Flux do to change this tied up? It looks like it's leaning in the hand of Alien and Rosa as TNZ is a little low on the board, falling down again. Right now, from the side of Fire Flux, they need to shut down Mike, they need to shut down Sano, and they need to watch out for Morrow.
Yeah, they got too many things that they need to look out for, because at this point, Twisted Minds just going so aggressive, and Morrow just leading them in the forefront. Look at that. They try to catch Apex 47. He's forced to use the Primal Rod just to get out of harm's way, but Rocket's pulling back. Detonus welcome right onto the wall while Rosa gets pulled in by the final slash. Eternal Guardian zoned them away while Sano made his way towards the team to get the kills. But right on time as the Lord spawns and Twisted Minds back again in control.
Yeah, and there you can already see the zonage happening on TNZ. Looking like Twisted Minds wants to steal game 1. 12-4. The flick of the switch has already happened. The backline coming in on to Sunset. Can they do it? The Dairoth. There's multiple fights going on, but Mike Sama goes down to Sunshine in the left lane. Off camera.
Yeah, it was a do or die there for the side of Sunshine. They really wanted that turret to trade it for the Lord, at least make it an even kind of a trade, and Mike Sama was there to respond, but at the same time Alien saying that, hey, I got you, I'll back you up, homie, and then they got that kill on towards Mike Sama, and now they have something to show that they've given out the Lord for, but at the same time they lost their bot lane tier 2, they lost their mid lane tier 2, the top lane's not yet pushed in, and Morrow has his flicker up, so anything can happen at this point. Look at Morrow, he's ready to go in already, G.
Yeah, the Lord is here. Conceal play, final slash.
My God. Catches 2, and they get the instant kill on towards TNZ. Apex 47 Primal Wrath again just forced out just to survive. Double kill going on towards Sano with the Lycan pounce. This Roger definitely on the hunt to get these kills while Fire Flux Esports are on the back foot. Their backs against the wall. They don't really know what to do. How will they be able to defend? Another final slash catch to Stu, and this Maro is going insane. They get the kill on towards Maro, but Mike Sama is able to pick up the kill on towards Yui's Alien. And here we see the Spear of Destruction. Will he teleport? Yes, he does. Will he get the kill on towards Cuffin? Cuffin flickers out, and he gets it, but here comes Sano with the Lycan Pounce. He gets out of harm's way as the rest of the cavalry come out for Fire Flux. Apex 47 on the aggression going forward with the Earth Shatter doesn't get anywhere right now, and Twisted Minds don't want to get out of control, so they go back and get a discipline push later on when the Lord will be spawning soon enough.
Yeah, they gave up a little bit of a pressure that they had control over the map, now giving Fire Flux a little bit of room to explore their own jungle at this point, which is what they needed. If Sano was shut down there, that would have been another set of gold dropped into the pocket of Fire Flux, but they are able to escape. Again, Fire Flux looking to shut down Sano. Really, the only thing that could possibly shut him down is if Apex 47 can maybe get a cheeky play on him, as the Purify was already popped. They have to time this perfectly, and it comes down to communication and well execution. As you can see, Maro is sitting into the left-hand bush and kind of setting some things up, right? He's probably already seen the Vexana. The Julian's probably already been noticed, but he's kind of in a little bit of a cheeky situation, maybe looking for a backdoor play as aggression.
Oh my god, the Earth Shatter onward gets the knock over Mike Samba. There comes the final slash once again to make the play. They get the kill. Primal Wrath against Force defensively, and he gets taken down. That's 2 for nothing. After the ice cream sandwich came out from Twisted Minds, and Fire Flux Esports have to run away, because look at TNZ. He is there to give a position for his team, but nobody is there to get that going. But there's the final slash again with the flicker. The Eternal Guardian coming out from Cuffin this time. The knockout strike to get them CC'd, and at the same time the shutdown going on towards Mike Sama, but they get a full 5-man wipeout as Twisted Minds take game number 1 in this grand finals and of the Snapdragon Pro Series.
What a first series, as we see Twisted Minds 1-0 already in this best of 7. Huge first step into securing their dominance here. Twisted Minds, Sano just on fire with the Roger. To be honest, probably going to secure the MVP, but don't sleep on Maro, because mostly every play that I've seen was because of Maro.
Ooh, yeah, Maro, definitely the MVP. Every time you look at it, he's the one to make the play. Look at that. That's on towards Apex 47. Every time Apex 47 wants to do something, he gets spotted out. He has to use Primal Wrath just to make, try and survive. So there's no full utilization of it. And then he just gets taken down. There's no form of engage for the rest of his team, because he is the only one, and they identified that and always got the kill on towards him. And look at that once again. Here you should see another play coming out from the side of Twisted Minds. And Maro, oh my god, that beautiful 3-man final slash right to the mid lane, just catching everybody off guard. And Twisted Minds just marching down the middle just to end the base crystal and take this game number 1.
That was a fantastic game number 1. You can see, look at that, almost 50,000 damage more coming out from the side of Twisted Minds. Cuff in on this Valentina, definitely a signature pick. Paquito on Mike, again, another signature pick. The overall Maro, to be honest, I think Maro's signature pick is also the Arlot. So yeah, it was literally just Twisted Minds had everything that they wanted into this first draft, and it came down to that they just secured all of their comfort picks, and you could definitely see it in the game. They were well oiled. They brought the grit and took it to them. Sano 7-0-7 to get the MVP. To be honest, I mean it's a hard tie between Sano and Maro, to be honest. I think both of them require the MVP at this point.
Hey, you know why Sano got the MVP, G? Because he got a picture of a mugshot. He got it.
You're terrible.
Hey, no, it looked like that. I had to mention the kudos to Sano for playing this Roger absolutely menacingly. You know, he was out there ready to get those kills whenever needed. Yes, in the early game, he had to dominate the lane. He didn't get the kills, but zoned Sunshine enough to make sure Sunshine wasn't getting his farm. And once Sano was online, he was there in the team fights, picking up the pieces, just liking pounds left, right, and center, just diving in after Morrow set everything up for him. But still, I think Morrow kind of deserved the MVP. But, you know, that's the life of a roamer, I suppose.
True. I mean, hey, sometimes people just need to get that mug shot in. I mean, he was kind of stealing he stole the sunshine, you know.
Yeah.
You like that one? You like that one, or did that one go over your head?
Yeah, no, you think I come on. It's just like it wasn't so funny. That's a whatever, bro.
Come on, that was a knee slapper.
It's
Hey,
okay,
listen, I'm
it's
bringing
okay.
the white tradition to you at this point.
It's just all fun and games at this point for us here in the caster's desk. At least we got trying to keep you entertained for those of you who are watching, because it's a Snapdragon Pro Series. It's the grand finals. I'm Kronos. I got with me GD Aiko. If we don't bring the entertainment to you guys, who else will? So call all your friends, those who are watching, different streams. Just tell them, hey, this one's a better stream, and the casting's amazing, and they got a lot of giveaways that happen on GD Aiko's channel. At the same time, it's Mobile Legends European Esports. All the European fans can watch out there as well. And let's not forget, it's the two biggest teams that are there to compete in this tournament: Fire Flux Esports and Twisted Mind. And I think Twisted Minds gave us a surprise by taking game number 1. Because let's be honest, G, you and I both were thinking Fire Flux Esports definitely the favorites. But after a show that they put on yesterday, I mean, it was good, but we didn't expect this much of a dominance, did we?
No, I mean, the dominance that just came from Twisted Minds was phenomenal. I mean, Morrow, to be honest, again, I'm surprised I mean, I can understand the tanks are normally the forgotten ones, right? Like Morrow made almost every single play, if I'm not mistaken, in that game. So a big hats off to him. It was overall a well execution by him, but Twisted Minds being able to properly be in the right place to follow up on a lot of these kills is what also really set it in stone. So Twisted Minds, just overall the team comp and the synergy right now, they look like they're on fire. They all got their sleep. They're just, I mean, they look well oiled at this point. Fire Flux is definitely now on the back foot. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board and see how they can, target Twisted Minds. And if there was anything from any of the other series that I learned, is that if you're playing against Twisted Minds, your target right now is Morrow and Mike, right? Of course, the whole team itself is a monster, but I mean, if you just let those two do what they want, you're going to get punished.
Look at that. First off, we don't want to deal with this R-Lot. Take it off the table, please. And that's the first thing that they say. Yes, please. They ban out the R-Lot. No questions asked. First ban on the board. They don't even care about the Angela. While Twisted Minds on the other side saying, okay, I understand. Now you see what you respect us a little bit more. And I think it came down to that factor as well, right, G? Fire Flux Esports, they thought they were getting they got a little ahead of themselves, disrespected Twisted Minds comfort picks, the Paquito and this R-Lot, and guess what? They had to pay the price, and I think it was a big price to pay because it's a best of 5 series, it's the grand finals, and Snapdragon's Pro Series, a lot on the line, and they just botched game number 1, and I don't think they're looking to botch game number 2 after banning out the R-Lot, the Moscow ban at the same time. And now that still leaves the question: do you think they still have to ban out the Paquito?
I mean, at this point, it doesn't seem to be a major factor for them. So it's, I mean, it's a hit or miss. I don't think it's going to be the first thing picked because we actually did see it get picked second in the run. So maybe could be something that they target. I'm not quite sure if, Alien was having a little bit of a struggle there. I will say that sometimes I think Alien's probably the only one in Fire Flux that do struggle a bit. So we'll have to see how that goes. There's the Paquito. Yeah, I mean, you kind of read their mind at this point, Kronos. You just can't let Mike do it. You can't let Morrow do it. If you shut down those two, get rid of their comfort picks, it stops the overall flow of Twisted Minds. Now, if Twisted Minds is able to keep that flow with a different draft, could be very punishing for Fire Flux, as Twisted Minds has that flow. They already got that adrenaline pumping. They're feeling good. Fire Flux being set back to that drawing board. Their first pick probably going to be the Fredrin if I had to, rub the magic ball real fast.
Yeah, I mean, bro, ask the Magic 8 Ball what would be their first pick, and I think it's either going to be Fredrin or Louis, right? Because at this point, the Louis is still left up for grabs, and true. I don't think... Yeah, because they banned out the Arlott, they banned out the Paquito, yes, but now you got Cuffin's Louis, so are you going to respect that and pick it up right away, or are you going to do the same thing, be like, hey, it's okay, I don't think your Louis is good enough, and, pick it up at the same time, and, they go the Fredrin route, because... At this point, I think they're gambling, and it's a big gamble if they give away Louis, because the diversion, the element of surprise is just too much for them to deal with after the mid to the late game phase and the early game as well. But the Harith was left open, so how did we miss that? I can't believe it. If we're just so used to it being banned out.
You're allowing so many power picks at this point, though. The Fredrin being left open, the Lo Yi being left open. It's kind of... It could have been a strategical approach that Twisted Minds kind of went with, because normally the second team bans the Harith first, but they ban the Angela instead, which kind of goes to show that maybe they got one up on Fire Flux, get rid of a lot of the supports, and then you won't be able to do anything. If Apex 47 can't succeed, Fire Flux can't succeed, is kind of what is on their agenda at this point. And right now... Again, I knew it was going to be the Fredrin and the Lo Yi. It's just too powerful at this point. They could even mix it up and get a little wild here, because Twisted Minds likes to twist our minds. It just all depends on how flexible Mike's hero pool is, because they could just pull out an Esmeralda.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and Esmeralda, it has been buffed, and it has been on the cards of a lot of teams. It's a pocket pick in the EXP lane, and I know for sure every EXP laner has an Esmeralda up there, up their alley, just ready to pull up that card whenever they want. That Magic Dancer, especially absorbing everything with the Frost Moon shield, and the Harith is the one that thrives on having those shields with the Chrono dashes. So Esmeralda, the perfect counter. And at this point, pairs up really well with the Louis, and we just have to see if time will tell how they'll be going about it. But on the other side, they pick up the Yu Zhang to counter this Louis in the mid-game, and the Minotaur to make sure that they're there to provide the disruption that this Harith needs to dish out the damage. So it's looking good on the side of Fire Flux Esports, but at the same time, you gave away a lot of power to the side of Twisted Minds, and now I would say the ball is in their courts on how they respond to these two picks, because they could just, go maybe for a Diggy at this point, right? Just to cancel out the entire Minotaur problem.
Yeah, true. I mean, that is something we don't see too often, and not only would it help, it's a good synergy with the Lo Yi being able to time bomb them back, but they opt to go for the Edith. I feel like Diggy's the true forgotten one at this point, right? Like he showed off. I mean, he was almost a permaban at some point, but then like teams kind of just fell out of that, right? So we have to see what synergizes with them. The low, I mean, we already got the roams. I don't feel like they're gonna flex the Edith at all. So I mean, they have the CC, they have the little bit of the knock-up. It can interrupt the Minnow's Rage, so I think it's all gonna come down to well positioning, key tactics that we did see. Now, the biggest thing is that if Morrow picks up the Edith, it's a little bit on the slower side, so they're not going to be as a fast-paced, aggressive team as they were last time.
Yeah, and I mean, but at the same time, I think this Edith can still be flexed in the EXP, right? I know you think it's gonna go in the roam, but I still think it does a pretty decent amount of damage in the EXP lane, provides a good frontline presence. It does okayish against the Yu Zhong in the EXP lane, so maybe it's still flexible, maybe. But it goes to show how deep their hero pool is on the side of Twisted Minds. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's slotted in the roam as well. So at the same time, you look at the final few bans, the Nolan being taken off the table just to make sure that TNZ doesn't get his assassins going, and let this Lu Yi actually shine in the early game as much as possible, because that's the win condition for the side of Twisted Minds. The Roger being taken off after Sano got that MVP performance, it was absolutely monstrous. The Carmilla just making sure they don't leave any stone unturned and banning it off straight away just to cancel out that curse of blood. And this final ban, maybe I'm thinking in the likes of a Claude is something that usually see a carry, but these are all easily countered by the Herod in the gold lane. And at this point, it's just who is going to be played in the gold lane? Maybe the Nathan. I think that's the way they should be going about, but that's just racking up too much magic damage. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe it's a pocket pick Clint at this point. I mean, they could possibly pick up the Beatrix. I mean, there's a lot of options available, but they opt to go for the Masha. They're suspecting Twisted Minds to pull out something a little spicy here. Again, it could be anything at this point. They could still pick up the Esmeralda. I mean, they could pick up the Clint. The Nolan was banned out. The Julian is still left available. I don't think they'll end up picking a Julian and a Mage for the mid lane here. Navaria is still on the playing field as well for Fire Flux. They pick up the Claude on the side of Twisted Minds. I mean, a good overall, good go. If Fire Flux picks up the Bashia, you might as well sit yourself in a coffin and bury yourself.
Yeah, give them the shovel. Give them the shovel at this point. They're probably picking it up themselves, because I think the Basha does look nice, though, to be honest, for the side of Fire Flux Esports. But against the Claude, not the best pick at this point. But what else do you got on board? Maybe you can go for the Martis. But I don't know. I mean, it should be in the hands of TNZ. He definitely should have that in his arsenal. But how good is he going to be on this Martis? That's the question. If he picks it up, however. I like the Claude, and I was mentioning, he definitely loses in lane to the Herod, but still able to survive. And look at that, the Novaria being popped up. Oh, we're going for a Ling. We are going to see a Ling, ladies and gentlemen. It's been picked 3 times, 0%. And I'm about to say, it's all or nothing at this point. They got all chips on the board. Fire Flux Esports want to go all in.
That's wild. I mean, if there's one way to win this game, it's definitely locking down the Lo Yi. We've seen it multiple times. To be honest, this is a reason why BTK was banning out the Ling every single game against GG. Is just because when it's in the playing field, you don't want to see it. But again, it's Fire Flux. I mean, these are teams that are a little bit more seasoned. But my God, the Kaja gets picked up. This Ling, it is one counter after another. This is gonna be a great game. Oh, rough that they picked the Ling at the very last second there, and they were able to secure the deal. But Akaja, they're flexing the Edith into the EXP, which is wild because I did not suspect them to do it. Sheesh.
I'm the one of the magic ball today. I'm the one of the crystal ball today, G. I told you they'll flex it possibly, because I had a feeling that they're probably cooking up something or waiting for that final pick, flexing that last possible one. And guess what? Fire Flux Esports fell for it. They wanted to pick up the Ling, but on the other side, the Kaja is there, and Kaja doesn't only counter the Ling, it counters the Herod, it counters the Minotaur as well. So, and the Novario, whenever she comes in after using the Astral Recall, the mobility, Divine Judgment just gets everybody And it's just going to be a big, big moot point. Because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and friends of all ages, we're here for game number 2 in this best of 5 series in the grand finals of the Snapdragon Pro Series in Fire Flux Esports versus Twisted Minds, blue and red side respectively, where Twisted Minds already have a game up against Fire Flux Esports. My name is Kronos, along with me, GD Ico, to bring the action for this game. As you can see already, a flicker being forced out from Rosa, and the recall taunts are coming in from the side of Twisted Minds.
Now, the biggest thing that we are seeing between these two teams, Kronos, is that the Ling's going to definitely have a little bit of a faster approach here. We also see the Fredrin going for a little bit of an unorthodox approach, building pretty tanky instead of going the support emblem. So he's not going for speed, he's going for precision here. The retry does come out. I'm not quite sure who was... I think Fredrin was able to secure that. So Zoda going to be a little bit more farmed up. But again, this is where the Ling shines. It's all going to be up to Morrow at showing this Ling's position, keeping him at bay so that the Claw doesn't get ganked or the Lo Yi to get ganked. So those are some of the win conditions, the things you'll definitely have to watch out for. It is going to come down to Morrow to be able to secure something here. The pressure already being applied to him. Is he going to be able to escape? He is. Oh, he goes in on him though!
That Tempest of Blades and gets the first blood. He didn't have the Divine Judgment, and I think he was playing with fire there, just taunting TNZ, even without the recall, saying, hey, you can come and get me. I'm right here. And TNZ said that he doesn't want to play these mind games anymore. He goes in for the kill and gets first blood.
Yeah, first blood onto the roam, giving up the turtle, though. And it goes to show a trade from both sides. Which one was more worthy at this point? You can already see the Tempest of Blades coming down. It only took one sword to finish the blow as TNZ is going hard. That is one stack up onto TNZ you don't want to see. You can just see him flowing across the battlefield, already looking like he wants to go for the blue buff right here. He might pinch pose in. Looks like I think he was just reading the situation, seeing where he was at, taking his time. Morrow's secured level 4, so we'll have to watch out for that. It's definitely Morrow's job and sole provision to be able to keep their team in the known on where this Ling's position is. Into the late game, I feel like the Ling is going to be falling off, but if they're able to synergize early, Fire Flux could win this. A 600 gold lead, nothing super crazy out the get-go just yet. Let's see how the tides turn.
Yeah, and right now, look at that retribution to get that Lethal Wanderer as well. So the fast fingers are online for the side of TNZ, and Soda here will be using this tanky jungler to steal that away. And I think he did as well. So I'm not sure. I think he did. I probably missed that one a little bit. But at the same time, in the goal lane, they get the hit even after the Zaman Force was used. And the Blazing Duet to be able to pick it off. So Sano getting his first kill, and TNZ on the other side getting his first earlier. So now they have things on the board, and the respective carries already getting their extra bit of gold to make sure that they're able to scale into the late game where they will be able to shine unless the opposition, the perfect counters are already in place. Will they be able to counter them when it is necessary? 4 minutes into the game, G, is looking like a close one, this one.
Yeah, again, it's last 4 minutes, it was already 9 kills. This time, it's only 2. So you can see just the difference of the playing style at this point. Looks like Maxima and the Black Dragons in the sky. Alien, are you gonna have enough HP to be able to contest this turtle? Ling's into the bottom lane, looking like he's gonna invade the enemy's blue instead. A little bit of a cheeky play here. Not sure why they're jumping onto Apex. The clap comes down, but the turtle gets reset. I think that's fallen in a little bit of favor of Fire Flux. Ling did use Retry to secure that blue buff, though.
Yeah, the fight collapses. Minoan Fury comes out, and Ling is here after the Blades. He picks up a kill on towards Morrow. At the same time, a bunch of other kills go down, and Ling is able to pick up the turtle as well. So that's a blue buff and the turtle on towards the side of Ling. So definitely right now in the driver's seat, Fire Flux Esports, and exactly where they want to be in this 5-minute mark is where TNZ is starting the big snowball.
Yeah, I mean, they stole blue buff, red buff, Now they're working on the green creeps at this point. Zoda is looking like a broke man, not able to find any money in his own jungle. We're looking at the thief here, TNZ, going insane on the Ling again. Like I was saying though, it could be of a flick of a switch into the mid game that the Ling could start falling off, especially with Maro and the Kaja. What we are seeing is that I felt like it was a bad play to get rid of that turtle and then jump on the Apex, but another Minnow's Rage.
Oh my god, they catch Maro off guard every time he tries to go in, and the same thing with Zoda. He's able to sustain a little longer, but gets taken down by the snipe coming in from Rosa. And this is where Fire Flux Esports get aggressive and Twisted Minds. You can see when Maro's not comfortable on a certain hero, they are not able to get going. Their engine's still cold after it was warmed up earlier. And now they need to find a way to come back. But look at that diversion is there to make the play so that they can support Sano, who is their secondary carry at this point. After the early game aggression from Fire Flux Esports seems to be online.
They do seem to be online, but the biggest thing that I can say is that they still are keeping their towers. They're losing neutral objectives in the jungle, and they have lost one tower, but they're pretty close to being able to take a tower at the bottom lane. Are they going to strategically take other approaches and allow them to take some of their towers? Again, looks like TNZ doesn't want to go for the red buff this time around. This was great patience by Twisted Minds. Keep the lanes at bay. Hopefully don't lose your whole team at another turtle take again. Let's see if they're going to be able to do it. Apex roaring up at this point. Are we going to see a Minnow's Rage coming from the left flank deep into the turtle pit at this point? A diversion into the bottom lane. They're going to trade. They're not even going to trade this turtle. They're going to be able to secure that tower without any contest. This is crazy. Now they're looking to possibly take the turtle. Twisted Minds taking a little bit of a slow approach. They need to displace Apex at this point. You can kind of see a little bit of a cheeky play into the top lane. The Patchery.
Oh my god, with the Furious Dive comes in. Minnow and Fury along with a Flicker Black Dragon form after the Tempest of Blades was dropped down as well. They pick up the kill on Soda. That's a killing spree going on towards Rosa, putting the team on his back to make sure he can carry 3-0-2 right now after they get 6 kills on the board, as they should be able to pick up this turtle. And Maro and Apex 47 just saying hi to each other in that brush by the river. And now once again they're looking to trade, but are these trades worth it for the side of Twisted Minds? Maybe not so much.
I mean, all I can say right now is TNZ's level 13 and Zoda's level 9. Like, you probably shouldn't be contesting turtles at this point. The level gap is there. They've kept their towers though, which is all I can say is the only thing that's kind of keeping them standing. If they can keep this at bay, they'll probably live to see another day.
Yeah, and I just saw the damage output coming out from TNZ, right? He's doing 873 per basic attack. And that is not even a crit. So once you rack it up with the crits, that's going to be a 1600. I think here's the diversion play coming in. He go towards the bot lane. They want to recall because they thought they'll be able to catch somebody off guard. And it seems like they will go away because Apex 47 is there and the Minnow and Fury can be online at any given second. But that also means nobody knows where they are. The diversion was done and now they're not being spotted. Unless and until they show themselves on the map, because the only one online, oh, there they are. They show themselves on the map at this point. And the vision control coming out from the Astral Echo from Rosa, just playing so much of a problem for these diversion plays from Twisted Minds.
There you go. They're going top lane, sacrifice the bottom tower. Gonna get it onto this lane, the Divine Judgment!
Oh my god, and they get the Ling finally. That's the shutdown that they were looking for. And now they can see that on the top lane that they will be pushing through will Twisted Minds. But at the same time, the bot tier 2 is being pushed upon. And Sano, I don't think he wants any of this beef. Look at the damage coming out already. He is there. He makes sure that's given away for nothing. But at the same time, Twisted Minds are going greedy and trying to get the tier 2 after the passive's not yet procced. And oh, they're not able to get it. The diversion play to make sure they get to the mid lane for the fast rotation, the fast clear, and try and get a little pressure on the mid lane as the Lord spawns.
This is definitely intense. Dang, Mike taking a bullet to the face there. face checking that bush. One thing I do have to say is the Claw definitely has what it takes to be able to secure the Lord at a quick speed. Looks like they might attempt to go for it. They are setting up into this mid bush. TNZ, watch out. They are on the hunt. They have no idea where Mara's at this point. Do they go for Rosa? Look at the bait for the flicker. Rosa now utilize their battle spell. Not going to be too high into the early. They need to counter this Lord right now at this point. Mara looking for a play. The Black Dragon comes out in the Minnow's Rage. TNZ!
TNZ still able to pick up the turtle, and the Primal Wrath being fused. As the Mind Forces drop, they get the eat it. Tempest of Blades, will they pick up the kills? But Cuffin picks up one for himself and the rest of the team. And Yura praises Wrath to make sure they get something in return. At the same time, trades being made left, right, and center. 3-2. Twisted Minds able to pull something out, but at the same time, they lose the Lord. But they go in the rotation, the diversion in the top bot lane. TNZ has no way out, but uses the Finch poised to get out of harm's way while the mid lane tier 1 turret be's taken by Sano. TNZ, he's trying to find him right now, but doesn't get him. Just right on time, able to make sure he gets out of harm's way as Sano, as the Lord's marching down the bot lane for the side of Fire Flux Esports. And how will Twisted Minds be able to defend? Look at that replay, G. What did you notice that I missed out on?
It was the back lane blazing duet there, being able to apply so much pressure onto Sunshine. He wasn't able to be a key factor into that fight. TNZ was essentially the only key factor that we're seeing here, keeping them alive. They are full assaulting this base, only a 2k gold lead though, so Twisted Minds not wanting to be counted out yet. The aggression is there. The super minions are leading Fire Flux to victory at this point. Next Lord can make it a break it. The turrets are pretty much tied. Fire Flux only has 1 up compared to Twisted Minds. Again, this is when you're at this point of the game, unless you're able to crack into the enemy's base, you're really not at a super advantage. And both teams have lost their mid tower, so if one team overextends, they can be punished more than the other. And I gotta say, the biggest thing that we are seeing from Fire Flux is that they're going to be able to utilize this split push like crazy. Look at that 3,000 gold lead compared for jungles. That is just crazy. Pretty much the only thing that is keeping Fire Flux on the board from Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds, again, really the only person keeping them on board is Sano. Definitely going to be a little bit of a hard play to make. Being able to identify the location of Fire Flux there. Ooh, if Mara was if he was right there, TNZ would have got swooped out. I'm not sure if they would have made that play though, with 26 seconds on the next Lord. Looking like a little bit of a split play happening here. Again, lane control very well disciplined by Twisted Minds at this point, Kronos.
Yeah, I think they have the lane pressure going at the right time as the Lord's about to spawn, right? Because they have to respond towards the bot lane, the top lane, the long lane, whatever you want to call it. Because here comes the diversion, and Rashore is gonna go there and go for it. The Tempest of Blades comes out, they're able to get the Black Dragon. Yui's alien will fall instantly as Cuffin gets the killing spree. But here comes Apex 47. The Minoan Fury is banging the ground with the hammer, blazing to it from Sano. He gets cancelled out, but at the same time, Apex 47 caught in no man's land. Double kill on towards Cuffin, and here comes the cavalry. Appraiser's Wrath on towards TNZ. At the same time, Sunshine will have to run away because they get that with the Primal Wrath, and they get a mega kill. One response for the other 3 as diversion to make it back to the Lord to see it out. And this is the play that Twisted Minds wanted to make. And look how they got that gold deficit back on their side. It is not as much as we like, but for sure, Twisted Minds will be able to get this Lord comfortably in the driver's seat right now.
That was a crazy diversion play. Again, I like the commitment. Being able to take out Alien and keeping him at bay is what they wanted to do here. You can see this is a little bit late into the diversion play. Again, I don't know what really burned him down. I think it was the Retry, and then I mean, it looked like Mike's ult was bouncing off of the tower and the minions, and it like pierced him in the back line. It's the only thing that I could possibly think of is how Mike was able to secure that kill, and definitely a good heads up for them. Now the aggression into the side of Twisted Minds as they're sieging Fire Flux's base.
Yeah, now Fire Flux need to find a way. They're gonna lose their top lane inhibitor already as the Lord is taken down. At the same time, tier 2 in the mid lane falls, and the bot lane tier 2 should go down as well. But here comes the cavalry. They're trying to pick a fight. Minoan and Fury, but it gets canceled out. He gets taken down instantly. Tempest of Blades, but TNZ's too squishy at this point, and the Twisted Minds have all the advantage to make the play. As right now, they have the macro, they have the ability to make sure that they're able to get another inhibitor, but they are not trying to bite off more than they can chew. There's a Mount Force being dropped, Sano forced to use the blades to do it, but however, Maro gets taken down, but here's the re-engage coming in, and we will see Soda with the big of Praise's Wrath. He does get the kill, however. Shias is able to pick up something in return, and monster kill on towards Cuffin. He is an absolute monster indeed. 603 hasn't been taken down. The dispersion, the rotation, the damage is just too much for them to deal with, as Astral Echo comes up from Rosa on towards Sano, going for the snipe, almost takes him down, but still able to survive. Has the BMI to get out of harm's way, trying to steal the blue buff right now so that TNZ doesn't have it, takes it away. And now you know for a fact that Twisted Minds definitely in the driver's seat. And this looking tough for the side of Fire Flux Esports.
Yeah, and it looks like Coffin's going to be able to secure this blue buff. So no blue buff secured for a Ling. 55 seconds until the next Lord. If I'm not mistaken, the blue buff should be back up by then. But could be too late depending on the positioning that we are seeing from Twisted Minds. This is an 11 to 12 game. You can already see the stock market falling for Fire Flux at this point. Diversion play. Are they going to make it? This is a cheeky play.
Oh my god, the Minoan Fury gets the full 5-man knockup, but at the same time, Tempest of Blades get another one. Zaman forces drop, but at the same time, Maro is the one to fall down, and they get Sunshine in the process. And at the same time, you see a bunch of skills being thrown out, but they get the double kill thanks to the Primal Wrath. That's a triple. That's the power of the Edith in the EXP lane. 3-for-3 trade. And Twisted Minds still somehow, I can say, coming out on top.
I mean, 3-for-3. The biggest thing is that Zoda stayed alive. Right now, I mean, they did take out quite a few of Twisted Minds first, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing them set up for the Lord. If I'm not mistaken, this is where Edith shines, right? Is Edith going to have the ult? If they just ult real fast, this Lord is going to be melted away. Apex 47 trying to make a little cheeky play. 6 seconds till TNT comes in. Might see him pinch pose in. We're seeing a diversion into this Lord. Here is the Edith where it shines. This is what I was saying. The retry lands, the Lord falls. Twisted Minds once again sieging them, looking for a play here. They're gonna go in. Maro, no divine judgment just yet. That could have been a close call. Pretty sure we've seen Death Door being there for Sunshine.
Yeah, and they're not afraid to throw bodies at the same time. And when Maro wants to get it going, he is ready. He's just waiting for the flicker. They're slowing down the Lord as much as they can. So he has the flicker online to make the divine judgment along with the conceal. Astral Recall just to get some poke going. TNZ gets poked down quite a lot as the Lord is marching down the top lane. It is the Luminous Lord. The mid inhibitor is gets taken down. The crystal is exposed. We will see Mike Sama wanting to make the engage, and there it is, the Earth Shatter, the taunt coming out from Soda. Everyone's attention is focused on towards the Lord. The Minoan Fury is there. The Tempest of Blades along with the Zaman Forest Black Dragon. Everything being thrown at them except for the kitchen sink, and at this point, Twisted Minds realize it's not the time for them to go for the base, and they back off because it's too much for them to deal with at this point, and no flicker. But Maro, oh, I thought Sano was about to fall, but Maro has his flicker right now. He has the Divine Judgment. This is the moment to make the play. But TNZ, he's going on towards Mike Sama, force the flicker out, as he should survive. But the Divine Judgment to get the kill, they get the Herod, and this is the time for them to shine, because they should be going straight for the base, but the Petrify, along with the Wind of Nature, they're going straight for the base. Will they be able to end it? Yes, they do. Twisted Minds take game number 2, make it 2-0 in this grand finals against Fire Flux Esports. Will we see a big upset, G?
I mean, right now, Twisted Minds, they were put onto the back foot and then somehow able to switch up and flick the switch and come online. Again, Morrow, just an absolute menace at this point. Kind of taking a look at some of these highlights. This was one of the tide turners into the early game as Fire Flux Esports was online. Didn't even need a retry for the turtle. Black Dragon coming out, zoning him out, but then a blazing duet comes into the back line, secures quite a few kills, takes out one and then two of Fire Flux Esports, and then it just kept going downhill from this point. The blazing duets were online. TNZ was falling. The Ling not able to keep alive. Zoda bringing down the clap. Sunshine able to survive there. But again, 3 fall for 2. Twisted Minds always seeming up on top, as this was another cheeky engage, almost looking like it was going south for Twisted Minds, but they did come online, being able to secure TNZ, Sunshine, and Alien. Apex barely making it out of there with a breath of life. Again, Twisted Minds going insane, Kronos.
Yeah, it's 2 games that they pulled off against Fire Flux Esports, and Fire Flux Esports are a top tier team. Not in Turkey, not in the European region, not anywhere but across the world, globally. They are one of the top teams. I would say top 5 even right now. And to pull off this upset could mean something big, especially with all the other tournaments to follow. And Twisted Minds right now just making a statement, saying that they are here to compete and taking 2 games against Fire Flux, and it's back-to-back in the grand finals. And they're not just doing it by sheer luck. And look at that, the mugshot comes out once again. Tano, the MVP, 3-1-10, and his Kaja was absolutely insane. And look at that build. I know we love that Kaja build, don't we, G?
Might as well just call him Sano the criminal. He's over here lining up mug shots and taking lives at this point. Again, a monster for the side of Twisted Minds. Every moment you suspected that he was down, there was a blazing duet waiting into the back of Fire Flux, and Twisted Minds are just online at this point. I think Fire Flux kind of feeling the heat. Can Twisted Minds keep this oven baked and take out Fire Flux?
Hey, the turkey's calling. It's almost time for them to chow down, because Twisted Minds right now, I know their mouth's watering. They can taste it. It's right in front of us, 1 game away. But at the same time, Fire Flux Esports, we know how dangerous they can be, especially when they're backed against the wall. And it's all goes to show, how will they respond? Will they, and like in the words of GDICO, will they be the predators? Or will they be the prey? Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but what a game, G. Oh my god, the way that this was played. And it's not like game number 1. It's a complete different style from Morrow coming out, right? You usually see him making those engages on the R lot in the game number 1, and it was absolutely amazing. Sweet, a treat for eyes, right? A treat for the eyes to watch those sets. And in this game number 2, he didn't really give that many sets, but he baited out these expensive flickers. And maybe to talk about that, we will be back after we take this short break, folks. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, because we'll be back soon.
The Snapdragon by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.
Yo, we're back. We're all suited up. Took a little bit of a break to get the suit on. You know what it is, all right? We gotta send you a tie next time. You know, you're like Superman over there. If you took the glasses off, you just
different person. But yeah, I mean, it's not like I can't see without it. And clearly, I can definitely look at this. Clearly, I can look at the scoreboard because it's 2-0 for the side of Twisted Minds. And oh my God, they put on a performance at the minute, because the way it's been going, let's be honest.
All right, hold on, let's see. I got something on my sleeves here too.
Hey,
we'll rock it up. We'll rock it up. Well, bam.
Right. Hey, let's go. You know, I should just get a tie so that we start looking good at the same time. You know what? Maybe in between, just when the team fight starts and after we come back to the loading screen, I'll have a tie on. But those glasses look good on you. You know, black and white.
Cheers.
I had the same one before, but you know, I kind of changed it because I think this looks a little better for me, at least.
You know,
it doesn't stand out so much.
My job when I'm not casting or saving people. Saving lives.
Yeah. Saving lives, because guess what? It's all up in Cloud 9, folks. It's all up in Cloud 9. but at the minute, I mean, it's been exciting for us. It's been fun. But let's get down to business. Let's get down to brass tacks, right? You look like businessmen. I look like a businessman. We're not casters anymore. But it seems like Fire Flux Esports want to get down to business. They take off the R lot. Same bands of D'Angelo. They're baiting out the hair once again. And Fire Flux Esports ate that bait, and they ate that really well, because at the end of it was a big monster in the side of Morrow waiting for them with that Kaja. And this time, will they run it back, or will Fire Flux Esports have something up their sleeve? Because if they don't, it's over. It's going to be all over.
Right. And I mean, this is the, you know, you got the glasses on now. You know, I don't need no crystal ball.
Glasses, jacket, shirt. Glasses, jacket, shirt.
This gives you like 2,000 IQ right here, you know?
So you were saying, so you're saying all this while you look really dumb? Come on, G.
Listen, you know, this is, well, I didn't tell you my total IQ with the glasses on, so, you know, this is 2,000. What they're off, I'm already at 2,000, so it's 4,000 in total.
Oh my God!
You know,
maybe just multiply it by 0.
Oh God, not that. But back to the game. They did ban the Angela, the chip. They banned the Logi this time around. Not gonna allow that to sneak through if they're gonna get a power pick into this first side of things. Now we're looking at maybe the Matilda ban, maybe the Fredrin. Who knows? There's quite a few picks that we could see utilized in the first round. Again, the Ling had a 0% win rate. It follows suit. If I see a Boxia get picked up here, I'm going to cry because it's already over. But we'll see as the Moskov is being picked or banned.
Hey, guess what? Guess what's been let through? It is the Valentina that's let through, the Paquito that's been let through, the Harris been let through again. Twisted minds at the moment, and just gave G the Aiko a headache because he had to take his glasses off. Redrin going through. Fire Flux Esports don't want to fall for the bait, or did they actually fall for it by picking up the Fredrin and letting the Harris go? Because Twisted Minds definitely gonna pick it up right now. And who are they gonna pair it up with? Will we see?
The Brats probably. I mean, there's no reason to mix it up. I mean, they could third pick it if they wanted to possibly. I mean, what would be the point? I mean, there's not like a Twisted Minds going on right now. I mean, they could pick up the Brats, third pick of the Yuzong instead, but it all just depends right now, I think safe pick Brats. Wait to see what Fire Flux's next 2 picks are, and then see what their 3rd pick can be. 3rd pick Yuzong is normally the route to go, depending on. I told you 2000 IQ, man. I gotta see the future with these bad boys on. I see the future.
The glasses buff, the Red Bull buff going on right now. The Barrett's being picked up, as you said, and I think on the other side they should be looking at picking up the Yuzhong, because I feel like maybe there might have been a miscue on the draft here. But
what just happened here?
It's the grand finals. It's 2-0 on the side of Twisted Minds, and Fire Flux Esports are looking to make that comeback and the reverse sweep possible. Or is there been a change in the Snapdragon Pro Series? Because, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. I feel like we are here to make sure we get the communication as to what happened in that draft, unless they just wanted to show us the logos of the 2 teams that are there. So until then, my name is Kronos, and G the Ico will keep you entertained.
I'm not quite sure what's possibly going on. I mean, we can't really hear any of the sound or what the casters are saying. All I know is they're not there anymore and they're back now. Looks like maybe a redraft might possibly be happening. I'm not quite sure what went down, as maybe hopefully it's just a production thing. But hey, what's up, chat? If you guys haven't already, I'm G the Ico. This is Kronos. Our socials are below. You guys are already watching me on my channel. Definitely drop a like, subscribe, and a follow. And definitely don't forget Kronos. He has a G in his name. He's trying to be like me. Or we might just be brothers from another mother. So he said that.
Yeah, because I had G Kronos like since 2019.
How long you been here? I was about to say.
Hey, yo, they're trying to flex on me right now, but you know, it's all right.
How long has my YouTube been alive?
Hey, just cause I had my YouTube going for like 7 years, and nobody's noticed me. Just on the underground, G Kronos has been alive, but here we are, trying to bring you the entertainment factor, at least for now, folks, because I feel like we should be going into the draft, and they are keeping it up at the moment. And I was saying the Valentina was available. They went for the Valentina, and they go for the Ruby, and we know how good the alien is on this Ruby, right? We know how great he is, but at the same time, they give Mike Sama his comfort hero once again. The Paquito is let loose, and we're going to see the jab, we're going to see the hook, the uppercut come out. Well, it's looking... I don't want to say it's looking bad on the side of Fire Flux because their draft is good, but at the same time, Twisted Minds just have a lot of power picks on their side for giving away, letting the Harith open. Just letting the Harith open.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, I think what's going to be coming up by the side of Twisted Minds is that they really have to focus on the roam, right? The Minnow's out, the Kaja's out. I mean, we're probably not going to be seeing a cheeky play. I mean, they could throw the Fredrin into the EXP if they're trying to pull something crazy out the hat. We'll have to see as things boil down. I think it's going to come up to Asano on what he decides to play here. The Edith got banned. So what are they going to be forcing them into? I mean, you don't want to go the Tigreal because a Ruby is a direct counter to it. I mean, at this point, they do opt to go for the Faramis. I like it. It's a hot pick. Not quite sure if it's going to be in the roam or not. There's a few options they have here. And they go the Florin and the Claude. What in the world is going down here? Are they... I mean... Yeah? What? I mean, do we see the Estes just come out? Just throw out the Ube strat at this point.
Hey, maybe, just run it back from like 2 years ago where Ube was the thing that was running the Mobile Legends scene for like a year and a half. But at this point, I don't like the Faramis so much just because the Valentina's already on the other side. You're giving so much utility away. It's like a free Netherrealm. Here we go. You can take it. You can do whatever you want with it after using the IMU to take it away. And I think we're just going to go for this final pick that's going to be coming out from the side of Twisted Minds. And I don't like the floor, so they go for the Tigreal, even though they get countered. Is this the mirror version of the box? We will find out, folks, because we're going to be going straight into the game in a couple of seconds. And G, what do you think? Who are you going to favor? I feel like Twisted Minds might be playing with fire, gambling once again, but the gamble is working out on them.
I like it, right? Let me set the field for you, right? So,
all right,
yeah, the Ruby is a direct counter, but Twisted Minds did notice that Fire Flux flexed the Ruby into the EXP because they picked up the Florin. So the Ruby is going to be less likely to be on the playing field into the early stages of things, which should allow the Tigreal to scale a little bit. Now, when it comes into the late game, I feel like that's where Twisted Minds is going to have to watch out because the Tigreal can be interrupted in every avenue. And then Fire Flux are just looking to take advantage of that. So this match point in this best of 5 grand finals of the Snapdragon Pro Series, Fire Flux Esports versus Twisted Minds. Who is going to win? Do we see Fire Flux come up with a crazy reverse sweep, or do we see Twisted Minds end it all and take down Fire Flux Esports with a sweep?
Yeah, the sweep is what it is. That Twisted Minds want to show to make a power statement, but look at that recall tons. Cuffin is not afraid. The mind games have been set from game number 1, and definitely in the driver's seat, because Fire Flux Esports, after picking up this Florin, have such a passive early game, because this Florin needs to scale. It's a scaling roamer. Until level 8, this Florin is not really going to shine, and it all boils down to how TNZ will rotate and make sure his team is able to sustain these early few minutes. And same goes with Rosa, and you can see the aggression coming out from Twisted Mind side lanes already. Mike Sama just being a pain and on the side of Yui's Alien. And here comes Soda. Detna's welcome should be available. Rockets pulls him back. Oh, forcing the flicker out already. 1 minute 30 seconds into the game. As the turtle's about to spawn soon enough, there's not going to be flicker on the side of Yui's Alien.
Yeah, and you can already see TNZ on the hunt. Taunt possibly going to come out. A flower here to thicken TNZ at this point. Cuffin on the rotates. Right now, I've kind of already set the stage, right? So I think it's going to come down to Alien being able to rotate as much as possible, but the Paquito's there, so I'm not quite sure how much rotate can possibly happen. That was a good cleanup by Tig. Being able to take the minions at bay. Zoda zoning the turtle. TNZ not there just yet. Apex able to read it. Retry comes out. Don't need it. Oh,
the implosion catches 2! Sacred Hammer, will we see Detna's welcome being used as well? But everyone able to run off away. And I think Twisted Minds went in for the Hail Mary right there. They wanted to get the kills and get the game in hand. But somehow, Fire Flux Esports still able to survive. But here the re-engage coming in from Mike Sam on towards the backside. As TNZ biting off more than he could chew. First blood in the hands of Mike Sama. As Yui's Alien should be next in the chopping block. But here comes the I'm Offended. They can't steal, but Shadow Stampede pulls him back. The Nether Realm is forced out of Rosa from the IMU. And what a trade of skills and showmanship coming out from both teams in this possible final game.
Yeah, Sunshine kind of on the hunt here. Blazing Duet coming out. Is it going to be enough, though? Sano able to keep him at bay. 50% HP. Going to have to pop the regen. But look in the top lane. Mike Sama, just a monster. Already gapping in the Ruby. And this is what I was saying, right? If Mike is able to keep Alien at bay in the early stage, Twisted Minds is going to utilize this to hopefully snowball. That is their goal. That is their game plan. Let's see if it happens. We're looking at a fight here. Twisted Minds getting the first blood, 1,000 gold up. They're definitely in the lead.
But yeah, look at the damage leaderboard though. Mike Sama, just like you mentioned, once he gets going, he's kind of hard to stop. And you can see he's already up on the damage leaderboard, just poking every single time. He has enough skills. Skills are a short cooldown. And take a look at the itemization as well. He already has the Hunter Strike, so he's got that extra bit of penetration, that movement speed that the Paquito needs. Full stack champ stance going in right now. The knockout strike being used. I'm offended from Yui's Alien, forcing the flicker out as well was Zoda in this instance. And Fire Flux Esports once again, when the turtle is up, Yui's Alien does not have the flicker, and that just causes so much of a problem because he has no free reign to engage, and they're poking him down once again, although he does have the spell vamp. Meanwhile, here comes Maro. Will we see the Sacred Hammer come along? Yui's Alien, don't run Wolf's King to make sure he gets the CC going. Detna's Welcome is canceled out. I am offended catches too, but the implosion with the flicker. Sacred Hammer, Retribution on point. Netherrealm being popped by both sides. Who will be the first one to fall? They get the CC on board. Don't run Wolf's King once again coming in. Shadow Stampede pulls Alien towards the side. They're dispersing to make sure that nobody gets caught out. And Twisted Minds, will they lose out on a member? Sacred Hammer once again from Maro, absolutely monstrous, but the Shadow Stampede connects. They get a double kill thanks to the Ghostbusters coming in from Cuffin as he puts a nail in the coffin for two. While at the same time, Mike Sama picks up one, but the Shadow Stampede once again to make a play will be able to get the kill. Cuffin, an absolute monster in this early phase of the game. Twisted Minds 3-1 on the kill score, and looking like they're about to take this game as well.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a cheeky play there. I was suspecting that Cuffin was going to be able to do something. The clap comes down to keep the turret alive in the mid. That would have been detrimental for Fire Flux Esports. Again, I felt like Cuffin could have secured the kill on the Rosa right there, but they opted, like, it was a little bit of a micro play to attempt to go for the Fredrin instead. They tried to get the kill on TNZ, but the dashes were going crazy. Again, a little bit of a misplay. I don't think it was going to be detrimental to the overall aspect of their game, but could have been a little bit different if they were able to get the kill on the Rosa. Definitely would have shut them down because they are 1-0 versus TNZ's already died once. So we'll see as Maro is on the chopping block here.
He gets pulled back and another pull back, but the Purify is right on time to make sure he cancels out Detna's Welcome. The knockup is there in play. Blazing Duet towards the backline along with another round to make sure he survives. But will we see this? The Mind Forces drop the rockets to pull him back once again. BMI to get out of harm's way. What a trade of bunch of skills, but nobody falls. And I think this is good news for Fire Flux Esports. That means they can go toe-to-toe, even though they're down on the goal lead when it comes to damage exchange.
Yeah, I will say that Fire Flux at this point has the sustainability, but I'm offended!
Oh my god, what a play from Yui's Alien. By the way, Florida survived. No, he doesn't. He gets taken down, and the kill rightfully going on towards Sunshine, where they needed to be. He's finally on the scoreboard. He should be able to scale pretty much well into this mid-game phase.
Yeah, exactly. And again, they're trying their best to just keep the towers alive. They still haven't got one on the Fire Flux, but they have definitely prepped the towers for siege. Mid, pretty close to falling, but again, they're rotating really well. Next on the chopping block is the great Sano up into the top lane. Looks like it's a Florin versus a Claude, but interesting enough, Valentina rotating back into the mid. Hasn't taken the Colt Altar just yet. We might see, to be honest, at this point, Fire Flux they're just battling this like it's, I mean, it's just a battle of sustainability at this point. Who utilizes their Colt Altar first? Or should I say the new rename, Netherrealm? And again, we can already see what a great zonage here. They're going to be able to secure this top tower. The cameraman not knowing what's going on. Going to keep the vision on them. Now all towers are prepped. If they're able, I mean, it doesn't take too much to be able to take out this mid tower. The one thing that Fire Flux is lacking at this point is solid front line, right? They have a floor, and Apex is not going to be there to be able to sustain. That's what TNZ is for. Flat might come out on tomorrow, zoning them out. Overall, great play here, Kronos.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, look at TNZ is looking to press the advantage. The goal lead has been caught up almost. It was around 2,000, but right now it's just shy of 500. Just shy of 1,000 even. And as you can see, they are trying to get I'm Offended on towards Zoda right now. They're trying to go for a little bit more. Mara with a concealed play, but the NetherRealm is popped. Taker Hammer knockup is online. He goes for the flicker, but misses completely, but gets the implosion when needed. Here comes out the Bloom to make sure they survive. The Mon Forces drop, and you can see the Herod is dancing around them at the moment. But the I'm Offended and the Shadow Stampede was connecting. Detna's Welcome being used as well to make sure they get smack dabbed on the wall. TNZ trying to do something in return. Blazing Duets on towards the back line, but here's the knockout strike to get the knockup going, and Zoda still able to survive after taking so much damage. This big Detna is quite beefy at the moment, and this gives an opportunity for Fire Flux Esports still to make sure that they are able to pick up the Lord, unless Mike Sama has something else to say about a Coffin going with the Shadow Stampede. The re-engage is there. Rose gonna get them to collapse back with that big Appraiser's Wrath, while they're able to pick up the Lord at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, again, they were able to secure the mid tower, so this is the point that Fire Flux is going to be able to utilize the Lord to even the playing field, right? This is going to give them breathing room. They have 1,000 gold up at this point. TNZ is on fire. Right now, he is just so thick, and there's nothing that Twisted Minds can do at this point. The Claude is kind of online as well. I mean, 1-0-0. We don't really get a chance to ever see too many items here. Not quite sure why we're seeing a side camera, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you know, I remembered in between the game and all these team fights. Oh, wait, never mind. Let's see what's going on here. I'm Offended on towards Zoda. He gets caught, but will he get pulled back? There's the Detna's Welcome. NetherRealm just being used well. Implosion onto the backline from Mara with the Sacred Hammer, but Sunshine is free hitting on them, and nobody's able to catch him off guard. Mike Sama gets taken low, but TNZ gets the knockup as well. And you can see the Mon Forces drop, but Sano gets caught between a rock and a hard place. Will have to get out of harm's way, and they get two for nothing as the Lord is still marching down the bot lane. What a slow, beautiful push coming in from Fire Flux Esports, and this is all on the back of Yui's Alien and Sunshine's damage, and TNZ's taunts coming in, and Apex 47 with the Bloom, while Rosa is just able to provide the utility with the NetherRealm. What a combination that Fire Flux are able to pull out, just riding the wave with the team, not utilizing individual skills, but letting the team carry them at the same time.
I mean, at this point, Fire Flux on fire. They're right now, only thing that Twisted Minds can utilize at this point is they just need to come online. They need more damage. They're not able to sustain Sunshine. If they're able to take out Sunshine or even Rosa at this point, it could be what they need to go for, because to be honest, it's just a battle of whoever utilizes that NetherRealm first. So maybe if they're able to bait out Rosa and take them down early, could be a problem, but TNZ's taunts are just too much for them. The Daytona's Welcome into them.
Oh, there it is, the Blazing Duet. They pick up the kill, but here's the NetherRealm. They're coming out from both sides as the Mon Force is there. After the Blazing Duet was used, even Mike Sama gets caught in no man's land, gets taken down as the rest of the team. And look at the recall taunts coming in. Fire Flux Esports are in full swing right now, and they want to get going. Yui's Alien missing out on the I'm Offended. And Coffin here, will we see a play come out? Morrow gets burst down by the Claude instantly as the Zaman Forces drop. Will they be able to defend? No, they don't. He gets taken down by Sunshine, giving them a reason, giving them a glimmer of hope for the side of Fire Flux Esports by his name and by the way he's playing. And will we see them come out as victors in this game? Because the Lord is up and they're trying to get that going for themselves. And gee, the Ico, I think this is putting all the stakes that this could be a reverse sweep.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta watch out though. Alien kind of overextending their welcome here. Rosa powering up. Fire Flux securing the Lord, but again, they still have 2 of their inhibitors left. Right now, they do not need to be fighting. I don't know what's happening with Zoda at this point, but utilizing that Daytona's Welcome into a full comp of Fire Flux was not what you wanted to do. That mistake is what you paid for, as they are now going to be sieging you alive. Again, I suspected that the TIG into a Ruby into the late game was not what you're going to want, because you're just not seeing any implosions. You're not seeing any utility from them. But let's not count them just out just yet, as the Lord is coming down. Mike keeping that top lane. Disciplines here. Zoda too squishy. And they keep the Lord at bay. The defense is here.
The Deathness Welcome is used as well. Netherrealm is pop. The Bloom is there online to make sure that there was an implosion on towards 4 men, but nobody still catches Sunshine, and he's free hitting. Use the blazing duet. Mike Sama gets taken so low, and they get everyone in return. And now look at the recall taunts coming in. That's a full 5-man wipeout for the side of Fire Flux Esports, as they're able to pull back a game and take this 2-1 in this best of 5 series, as they are here to fight, and it is a possible comeback with the reverse sweep online.
Fire Flux being able to take game 3 to keep them alive in this series. Again, overall amazing draft. The Ruby, to be honest, is kind of what kept them alive. No implosions were utilized, and Zoda just making mistakes left and right. Fire Flux able to capitalize them on every mistake that was made. And Tienzi, you know, this was wild to actually see a Florin come out into the playing field. But again, just giving the Nether Realm to Rosa, I think, was also another downplay by Twisted Minds. To be honest, I think they lost in the draft, and you can definitely see that's what happened in game. Fire Flux punishing them for every mistake that was made.
Yeah, and they punished them really hard, and it all came down to who is going to catch Sunshine and towards this mid to late game phase, because let's be honest, he started bursting them down. He's a DPS hero. He looked like he was bursting everyone. Every single time the implosion was made, nobody was there to catch Sunshine, and he was just free hitting, right? Like, nobody even cared about him. And if you let a Claude free hit into the late game, he's gonna dish out a lot of damage. And like, take a look at that. The team participation, Apex 47, 100%. Thanks to that global heal using the Bloom. And I mentioned it before, he's not such a strong pick in the early phase, but level 8 onwards, that this Florin has to be respected with all that heal that comes in. And again, giving that Netherrealm away by picking up the Faramis when the Valentina was already picked up by Rosa. Yeah, I think, like you mentioned, G, they did kind of give it away in the draft, even after having this Herod. But at the same time, I think it was very well executed from the side of Fire Flux Esports.
100%. And again, Rosa getting the MVP, allowing that Valentina to just scale to an unfathomable level. And you can already see Necklace Adherence was picked up to keep them at bay and not allow them to sustain as much as they could. So again, overall great draft by Fire Flux. You can see the rotations of Rosa, and it just complete dominance. You can kind of see he's always just been moving up and up and up and chopping away at the side of Twisted Minds.
Yeah, and he was chopping away definitely, because he was all around the map, just making sure his presence is felt, just like GD Ico is trying with his new 2000 IQ glasses. And you know, I'm just giving it to you, G. No problem. Take it. Take the spotlight, my friend. You know, we gotta share it every now and then. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, folks, if you're here watching. And if you are, you can give a like and subscribe to my channel as well at the same time. You know, just gotta search G_Kronos and you will find it. But at the same time, I think we'll be going to a short break right now.
No,
don't go
yet,
anywhere. Stay tuned.
Not yet.
I'm about to say. I got excited. All the excitement, and then. Well, false queue, folks. False queue at this point. Seems like I'm in a different plan. I'm reading a different book while G's reading a different one. But you know, let's get back. All that aside, how was that game? That game was so exciting. I thought Twisted Minds had it, but at the same time, Fire Flux Esports, you know, backs against the wall, just nowhere to go but attack. And guess what? They just attacked, moved forward, and made a statement. They're not getting swept. They are gonna fight back, and now a possible reverse sweep for a 3-2 is up on the cards.
Yeah, I mean, the ball's in Fire Flux's court at this point, right? I mean, and not in match point status, but overall now they've secured a win. I will overall state that winning 2 times in a row is a lot harder than winning just 1 game. So we have to see how Fire Flux takes this win. Are they going to be able to take it and keep that flame going? Or is Twisted Minds going to snuff that out? I think we just lost Kronos for just a quick second. He's back now. I don't know what happened. You went into the void and then you came back and I was like, what in the heck? This guy over here trying to spit powers out on me.
Hey, you got your IQ glasses. I got the ability to disappear and appear whenever I want to. You know, just like in an instant, just the snap of my fingers, all I need. But at this point, I want to mention
Thanos or Kronos.
No, I never wanted to be Thanos, you know, but all in a perfect balance because, folks, we are going into the draft for game number 4 in this best of 5 series between Fire Flux Esports and Twisted Minds in the Snapdragon Pro Series Grand Finals. First ban, no surprises. They don't want to deal with the R-Lot after the first game that they dealt with. R-Lot being taken off the table. Now, will we see Twisted Minds go for the Angela ban again? Or is it just going to be like, hey, that worked once, it didn't work the second time. Let's just ban out Harith instead.
Could be. I mean, to be honest, if I'm not mistaken, every team I've seen Harith on as well has just not been the best. It's just, again, you've seen the Claude, the AoE, the Detriment. You went a Harith into such a sustainable team, and they just built it. They just built up to sustain the Harith with no problem. The Nether Realms, I thought the Faramis was a good play, but again, you like threw it right into the hands of Fire Flux. And then not only that, they had the Valentina. So maybe coming into this second round, if the Valentina is still left open, probably picking that up for yourself might be something that Twisted Minds wants to go for. Fire Flux, I mean, they did really well the last game. Pulled out the Florin, kind of blew my socks off. I'm not even wearing socks at this point. It was just crazy that they pulled out a support hero like that. To be honest, I thought we were gonna see an Estes, because why not your match point? Throw something out at him. Why'd you have to go Tig? Like, of all things, you had to go Tig. You could have just used the Ube strat. You already had it built. You had a Faramis. If you had an Estes like that, Twisted Minds could have won that game.
I agree. The Tig wasn't the best pick in that situation, just because the Ruby was already picked up on the other side. And you mentioned in the draft as well, right? The Tig should not be coming out just because they have a Ruby, but they've still picked it up, and it didn't work out for them. Once again, they leave the Harith open and the Fredrin's left open after all those bans. And look at that. Instant lock the heroes. They pick up the Valentina. Why? They got to prioritize Cuffin, because Cuffin has been the key to victory in every single one of these games, not just in this series, not just in the semifinals, but the entire tournament, in the challenge finals as well as the open finals that took place earlier. So yes, give Cuffin his comfort hero, this Valentina. I believe still sitting at 100% win rate on his hands. So I think they're just like, now, although they lost all their chips in the previous game, with the one chip that they have, they're trying to go with the roulette to see if they can get it all, the grand prize in the Snapdragon Pro Series Grand Finals.
We'll find out. As the second set of picks are coming out by Fire Flux, they opt to go the Ruby and the Florin once again. They're just running it back. I will say that normally when I see a team run it back, they don't succeed. Again, a team normally learns from their past mistakes, especially high-tier teams like this. They know what kind of went wrong into that last match, and then they'll come back to the drawing board and have a counter to it. To be honest, I'd probably say you don't want to Tig here. You probably want to prioritize there's the roam. I was about to say you need to prioritize a roam at this point, because it comes down to it. To be honest, like, Zoda's not the overall decision factor in this team that Twisted Mind has built up. It's coming down to Mixama. It's coming down to oh, I didn't notice it. They pulled it out.
I was waiting. I saw it. I was waiting for you to react.
Wait a second.
I was just like, hold on.
I was like, hold up. Is that a troll?
Because I was like, how long is it going to take to notice this? Because guess what, G? This is the same situation that they were put against in the semifinals. And that's when they pulled out Troll. And it's happened once again. And they pull out the Masha early. They don't wait for the last one. They pull it out early while going against this Florin. And I think it's a great pickup right now. And Troll, I think they can still flex this Masha into the EXP lane and Mike Sama's hands, because I know he has it, and so can Zoda play it in the jungle. But Troll brings it just a different dimension to the draft right now, and he could be this answer that they're looking for, this key to victory that Twisted Minds need right now. Because definitely they have shown all their cards on the board right now. Trump card being revealed at match point for them, while Fire Flux just have the ball rolling on their side. The Claude being banned out, rightfully so, because Sunshine was an absolute beast, just bursting people down with the Claude. I can't believe I'm saying that. Claude was bursting the other people, bursting the tanks, not DPS. It was just burst coming out. It was too much for them to take. The Edith being banned out on the other side. What do you think the final ban is going to be, man? With 2000 IQ, let's go. You took a while to notice that. I've been sitting at 10K IQ for quite a bit, you know? Just been there all series.
Boy, you might need to go to Harvard at this point. Calm down over there.
And who says I didn't go there already?
Oh, snap. He is Harvard. What am I talking about? Shit.
Exactly. Harvard sugar daddy right here.
Oh, God. Not the sugar daddy. All right, back to the game. Last ban possibly coming out. I mean, it's probably going to be a jungle if I'm not. I mean, Barats possibly. I don't think they're really scared of the Barats at this point, though.
Yeah, they shouldn't be. Maybe the box, yeah. I think no, but that's too much magic damage. So maybe the Martis could be banned out. Or Charizla, right? Take off the Charizla. Oh, Minnow. They still don't suspect. It's a flex pick. It's still a flex pick, Masha. So yeah. Well, we'll see. I think they should go for the Yuzhong right here, right? Just go for the Yuzhong, all in dive, and just be a complete menace to the backline of Fire Flux Esports. And there's nobody better to do that than Mike Sama. The Paquito is still left open. I don't think the Paquito is the right way to go, but they go for the Boxia. Gee, the Ico. The volume's turned down.
I'm already crying inside.
2-2 it is, isn't it?
Yeah, 2-2. They're already sealing the deal. Ooh, who decided on this? I don't know. Maybe it's the key. They might be trolling. Maybe that's not even Bashia that I'm looking at. I don't know. Well, so to look at the positive side of things, I hate Bashia, but to look at the positive side, he does have built-in anti-heal. So against the Florin, a little ideal, but not my ideal of a jungle pick. We are going to be seeing. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
I mean, Masha's just going to have a field day at this point.
They pull up the Yuzhong as well, so I like the Twisted Minds draft, although I don't like the Boxer. Yes, you have the anti-heal, but it doesn't work against the Bloom, right? The Bloom is a global heal that cannot be basically anti-healed. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. It cannot be canceled out with the anti-heal. The dominance ice effect and the anti-heal effect does not work against the Bloom. So no matter how many anti-heal items you build, it's not going to work. But at the same time, the Gord, the carry, they dish out true damage so they can burst down this Boxia. But if Troll starts to get going in the early first few minutes, Fire Flux Esports are going to have a hard time against this Masha. Only if the Masha is able to get it going in the first few minutes. Otherwise, I think, it's still up in the air.
100% up in the air. I think it's going to come down to the Masha coming online. It's going to come down to quite a bit here. Can we see the draft pull off another one here as we're going into match point again? Twisted Minds, Fire Flux Esports, the Snapdragon Pro Series Grand Finals. Twisted Minds looking to end it all here. Fire Flux grasping on at a straw. Can they keep it going against Cuffin on this Valentina, against the random I mean, I wouldn't even call it random at this point. This is like their ace of the hat right now, pulling out Troll the carry for the roam. Who's gonna win?
Yeah, the roam position. Look at that, stacking it up already, helping the Boxia farm really quick right now. We'll go back to the base to make sure he can come back online soon enough. And just going to be a menace to the back line of Fire Flux Esports. And their back line is really squishy. And Apex 47, Rosa will be relying to get those projectiles on point to get a stun. But Masha still will be immune to CC when those HP bars are unlocked. But here they go, trying to get the kill, but I think it's too early, just poking a little bit on towards Zoda. They even dropped the Appraiser's Wrath quite early, and they're trying to be the aggressors in this game. But will Twisted Minds be able to twist the mind? Because look at Masha, look at Masha, just waiting, biding time. Apex 47 doesn't realize, oh, but TNZ is there to protect the bushes. Doesn't want to take any of this beef. No Thunderclap unlocked yet. So, should be coming out soon, right?
Yeah, a little bit of a too early rotate, looking like Basha wants to go for something here. He's going for the bush take. Again, quite early. I think they might opt to trade this turtle. This is something that we've seen in the last game, but it looks like might be 4 coming in here. Black Dragon!
It goes in. I'm offended being used as well. Along with a Mystic Gust, the turtle goes on towards the side of Fire Flux Esports. Soda's first blood as they get Mike Sama without the help of the Bloom. And I think Troll the Carry was trying to zone away Apex 47 from the minions to not be able to get level 4. But guess what? They don't need it. They had the true damage from Rosa, and it worked out in their favor. Or did the Boxian nerf just hit them too hard?
Yeah. I mean, Zoda being zoned out. TNZ dives deep into the tier 2 tower.
Apex 47 just went straight against Troll the carry, but here, look at the fight still breaking down. It's being overextended. Yui's Alien is here right now, trying to provide the zonage that his team needs, and everybody backs off after a bunch of spells being used. Right in that team fight, G. I don't know if you saw Troll the carry. He went straight on towards Apex 47, and instantly he had to unlock the Bloom. So he should be looking to do that a lot often. Just to make sure that the Bloom is not there every single time in these team fights.
Yeah. Again, we'll have to see. Sustainability, Coffin kind of being taunted. Gonna possibly fall in the mid. The solo Rosa coming out with the TPs. The retreat does come out. Does Troll fall here? Looks like it. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, no, he goes for the Thunderclap. He gets the kill. One in return. Troll the carry will fall, while he picks up Apex 47 in this process.
And it is blows back by blows. The biggest thing that we are seeing is Fire Flux is on fire. What can Twisted Minds do to change this tide, as both Troll, Cuffin, and Mike are having a tough time at this point? There is no Nether Realm to help them secure the late game. It's going to come down to Sano, the massive carry at this point. Rosa playing mind games against Cuffin. And I mean, normally we see Cuffin a little bit more disciplined, but he's already fallen. I don't know if the tilt's coming, but it seems like something is wrong with Twisted Minds.
Yeah, and I think it just comes down to the fact that they might be feeling the ooze of confidence coming out from Fire Flux Esports, because in the bot lane, Bloom is unlocked with the Thunderclap doing a lot of damage, and they get the kill on towards Sunshine. But now they have to back off, because here comes Rosa with a projectile and the Mystic Gush just to clear out the way. But the pincer maneuver from the other side from Apex 47, he does get the stun with the Sprout, but no one to follow. I thought TNZ was going to be there. But guess what? It was just Apex 47 by itself.
Yeah. I mean, right now, Zoda just is not having a fun time. He is another broke jungler at this point. Troll trying to come in. The Black Dragon to zone him out. Retry secured. Team not able to help Zoda at this point. They're going to keep the engage, though.
Oh my god, it's overextending. Will they be able to get the kill? Yes, they do. Meanwhile, Troll the carry going on towards Yui's Alien. Thunderclap being used along with the
sustainability.
The Cuffin gets taken down as Rosa's on a killing spree after using the Mystic Gush while they get the mid lane tier 1 turret. Looks like Fire Flux Esports are back, and they're ready to rumble.
They are on fire. Securing that mid turret is huge. That is a detriment to Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds, I think they're really only, like I was saying, relying on Sano. Huffin kind of making mistakes left and right, but it could come down to Troll. They're looking to take out possibly Alien here, but the sustainability is there. Flicker is on.
Force survives.
A lot of utility there, baited out, while Fire Flux is going to attempt to pierce a tier 2 tower in the bot lane.
Yeah, look at that. Speedy light wheels are there from Sunshine. He's able to clear it out as Mike Sama, while at the same time the second turtle should be spawning as the final turtle of the game. And TNZ just not letting go. He's not giving Zoda anything away, but still able to pick it up. Using Shield Unity. Will we see the taunt come out? Mystic Gush. No, the Bloom has been used. But here comes the Black Dragon. They want to go for the re-engage with the Petrify on towards Rosa, but I don't know what missed out. They didn't want to get anything going because the damage from Sunshine was online after he unlocked Speedy Light Wheels. And it seems like Twisted Minds, without the set potential, are having a hard time in these team fights.
Yeah, again, this just goes to show that the Boxia is rough. Again, overall ideal for the sustainable comp that they're in, but look at this. Sano might be in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, he gets taunted. Troll the carry. Mystic Gush is being thrown out as well. He's still able to survive. Troll the carry seems like not being able to carry his team at the moment. This trump card not working out so well so far into the game. 7 minutes, 40 seconds. Fire Flux Esports are up by 6,000. Am I right? Is that 6,000, G? Or is that
That's 4,000. That's a 4.
Oh my god. Yeah, I got too much IQ taking a toll on my eyes.
The brain's too big to carry. Troll the carry being sieged. Zoda wasted the retreat there. I don't know if trying to slow him down.
Mystic Gush comes out after the Bloom as well, but look at Troll the carry just being zoned away by TNZ. At the same time, Zoda being zoned away by Yui's Alien, but they pick up Troll the carry. And right now, Fire Flux Esports definitely the predators, and Twisted Minds are the prey, because they have their minds twisted after this Florin has been picked up twice in a row, and Fire Flux Esports just able to run it back entirely.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely complete control. You can see in the bottom lane, they're looking like they're zoning this tower up. Great set, great pressure. Pretty sure Mike, don't go in there, bud. You're about to be jumped. Oh, but the other side.
Guess who got jumped? Troll the carries the one. He gets taunted. He's trying to bob and weave, but the big appraises Wrath with the big bonk on his head. Troll the carry will not be having a great game because he's been taken down every single time. No vision control from the side of Twisted Minds as Fire Flux Esports gets tier 2 in the bot lane, in the mid lane. And now they're trying to march in towards the base, but they have the Lord that's up for grabs, and I think that will be the smart option. The projectile gets Mike summoned. I'm offended, picks up the kill, and that was just an unfortunate set of events that turned out to be the death of Mike Sama right there.
Yeah, I mean, right now this is looking quite rough for the side of Twisted Minds, and I'm offended to lock down Zoda, but not much of a follow-up to be able to secure that kill. Right now, 7k gold lead. Twisted Minds, once again, just don't have damage. The Harith not online. Zoda not farmed up enough. I mean, TNZ's already 5 levels higher than Zoda at this point. That is just something you don't want to see against the enemy jungle, and that is why the control is just phenomenal at this point. They just don't have the damage. Oh my god. Someone send these boys life alert.
Yeah, because the ambulance alert was there. The Lord is marching down the mid lane. Mike Sama nowhere to be seen, only on the black screen. And Zoda gets taunted by TNZ, gets knocked up right now. Chain CC, it can't move. Gets taken down by the Abraser's Wrath. And guess who else will fall? It is going to be Cuffin. And the next on the chopping block is Troll the carry. Asano is the only one left standing right now, but they want to get him as well. While he is hiding in the comfort of his fountain. But the base crystal was left exposed, and Fire Flux Esports are making the miracle comeback from 2-0 down to 2-2 in the series, in this best of 5, in the Snapdragon Pro Series Grand Finals.
Wow. 2-2. Fire Flux. Again, once a flame that was almost smoldered out, now blazing bright. Twisted Minds on the back foot here, as Fire Flux is just absolutely dominating them at this point in quick fashions, mind you. 10-minute games back and forth. Fire Flux being sent back to the drawing board. We're kind of taking a look at some of the highlights. Nothing really coming out by Twisted Minds, but the complete aggression. Rosa with a flicker, and then just the Mystic Gush to be able to destroy Cuffin. Yeah, you got your Valentina, but guess what? Rosa, you're better.
Yeah, usually you see the Valentina being countered by the Gourd, and that is what Rosa picked up, and it worked to fruition. Absolutely beautifully played. 92% team participation, and I think he should be getting the MVP because we knew that he's going to be left exposed with Troll to carry on this Masha coming down straight away to get these kills on towards these squishy members of Fire Flux Esports. But at the same time, it's just really well positioned the entire game, able to pick up the kills, provide the CC that the team needed. And at that point, Zoda really couldn't do anything. Mike Sama was nowhere to be found, and Cuffin just couldn't step onto anywhere into the lanes just because they're going to get CC'd by the projectiles. And you can see that the gold miner, this time gold per minute on towards Sunshine, as TNZ, the aggressive jungle display, is the one to pick up the MVP. 406, 760 gold per minute, 83% kill participation, and a well-deserved MVP. And look at his heat map, G. You think you see anything special? 3 minutes, 18 seconds, 10 minutes, 53. Just all over, right? Just all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really switch and go to the side lanes until I mean, it doesn't even look like he ever went to the side lanes besides the gold maybe a couple times. Never visited EXP, ended the game, hit all of the creeps. To be honest, never even went for too many of the side creeps as well. So just goes to show he was living in the enemy's jungle at that point. Again, Fire Flux not wanting to end this on a sweep. They're bringing us a full-fledged best out of 5. This is going to be match point for either side. Who's going to come out victorious? Again, I think it's going to come down to the draft. I'm not quite sure what happened to Twisted Minds, but they are looking good in this draft, as the Harith constantly being picked up, and it has lost. Not only that, the Bashia was picked up and lost. Like I said, the moment you pick a Bashia, you might as well just sit in a coffin and seal the deal, because you're just giving the other team a win at this point.
Yeah, and I think it all comes down to the Harith. I think it's better that they just ban it away, because we saw Fire Flux Esports, they pick up the Harith, they lost the game. And now 2 games in a row, Twisted Minds pick up the Harith, and they lost 2 games in a row. Yes, the Harith is a power pick, but at the same time, just because it's been banned out in so many games, I would say 99% of the games, it's just better to leave it banned out, because you might have lost touch in it. Maybe the practice is not necessarily there as you like to see it. The combination is not what exactly you thought it would be. But at the same time, I think the Harith is something they definitely need to let go of. They just ban it away in this draft, at least the next one that's going to be showing up soon, and maybe look towards a different direction, because they were doing really well. It's just maybe they got their own minds twisted with the own reverse card that Fire Flux Esports were able to pull out.
Yeah, exactly. And it just, I mean, goes to show this is anybody's game at this point. Right now, Twisted Minds, They really, really have to think what in the very first 2 series that allowed them to dominate Twisted Mind or dominate Fire Flux. What can they bring back to allow that again? To be honest, it just kind of seems like Fire Flux has learned how to handle Twisted Minds, and this is why they're coming back in such a fiery fashion. And I mean, Twisted Minds, they're just gonna have to go back to the drawing board once again. I'm not quite sure that they should allow the Fredrin to go through at this point, because we can see it is detrimental. Paired up with a Florin, it is just something you don't want to see in the land of Dawn, especially against and in the hands of Fire Flux. Now, going into this next series, I feel like it's going to come down to the draft, right? I mean, we could already see who was going to win that last game based upon the draft. We didn't even need to see the game. They could have just skipped it all and just went 2-2 and allowed us to go to match point at this point. And now we're here, so we'll have to see how these games run out. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the biggest question they should be asking themselves right now for Twisted Minds is who's going to play. Is it going to be Maro or is it going to be Troll the Carry? Because Troll the Carry is the trump card that they usually pull out to seal the deal whenever there's a question mark hanging over their heads. And guess what? This didn't work out. The question mark was crossed out by the side of Fire Flux Esports. They dotted their I's, they crossed their T's, and they made sure they were able to counter the big trump card that Twisted Minds had in store for us all. And I think they should go back to getting Maro because he provides a lot more utility for the team. But they could be looking at running back the Masha once again. Not the greatest idea, but at least if you are, just don't pair it up with the Boxia, right? Just don't pair it up with the Boxia. There's no proper synergy going there. And also, what I am definitely looking forward to is just ban out the Herod. It didn't work. We saw 3 games of Herod. We usually don't see a lot of Herods on stream. We don't usually cast a lot of Herod games because it's always banned out. But we saw 3 in a row this time in this best of 5 series, and all 3 games have been losses. So there's a reason why these 3 games have been a loss, and I just say just bite the bullet, let go of it. No, I mean by let go of it, just ban it out. So whichever's on the red side, they should be looking to ban it out right now.
Exactly, and again, it's going to come down to it. I think the teams might be kind of riding it out and seeing what they're going with at this point. I don't know if they're going to be subbing out Troll to pick up Mara or what. I suspected they were going to go to a break, but we're going straight into the last draft here.
They're playing with fire here right now because, folks, we see the draft coming out and we see Twisted Minds that's going to be on the blue side, while the red side, Fire Flux Esports, switching it up a little bit. And guess who's playing the chicken game right now? It's Fire Flux Esports. They don't want to hear it. They want to let it go. And the other side, Angela being banned of the chip. Twisted Minds still sticking with their guns. And Fire Flux Esports just leaving the R-Lot open. So using the R-Lot as bait so far. The Louis has been taken off the table. I still think they should ban out the R-Lot, but the question has been answered, G. Game number 5 in best of 5 grand finals. Troll the Carry is the one that's going to be playing the Rome.
Yeah, I mean, we might see the Masha be banned out because that's just anticipation of what's actually, going down. So we'll see if that is ultimately what they want to go for, because I think it'll come down to that. And we'll just have to ultimately see as things are going to be rolling out here. The Florin being banned. I feel like the biggest thing that we are seeing here is that Twisted Minds is the first pick. Again, Fire Flux banning out the Fredrin. A good go, because what is going to be their first pick? The next ban has to be a Matilda, or they're forcing a Matilda. They let open a Matilda. Yo!
The Matilda is left open. The Herod is still left open. The Rogers left open. Oh my god. They just love leaving these power picks open currently in this final game. It's not possibly anymore, folks. This is match point for both teams. It is the last game of this series, the last game of this tournament, of a combination of two tournaments. And look at that. They let the Matilda go. It's all or nothing for both teams this time, because they want to secure Rosa's Valentina and giving Alien this Ruby once again that he was doing really well with. And Apex 47 is no stranger to the Ruby as well. So flexible in this draft from the side of Fire Flux Esports. That's the name of the game for them. But Twisted Minds, will they be forced to picking up this Barrett right now? Because we know how deadly that combination can be. The Matilda Barretts. Or will they go for the Harriet? Because they let the Harriet through. There it is, the Barretts. The Paquito. So they don't want to deal. They don't want the Harriet. So what's going on? So just don't. Whoever picks Harriet right now is basically he's the new Boxia. Is that the new curse?
I would say. I mean, could be. It's not worth it at this point. I mean. Yeah, he was banned, but I think the synergy and what they built up here is just not something that's going to allow them to come online right now. What's going to allow them to come online? Oh my god, no way.
What are we? You wanted to see it, G. You wanted to see it. You wanted to see it.
2000 IQ. 2000. Listen, I thought the Ube strat was going to come out the other game, but it didn't. And now they're... What are they gonna jungle with here? Are they gonna go the Basha? Are they gonna go the legit Ube strat? I mean, could be that they steal the deal and get in their own coffin, but maybe it's what it takes for them to go at this route. I'm not quite sure. This is... Man, I guess it's one way to win this battle is to sustain and keep them at bay. Fire Flux, I don't know if they found out that the supports is all you need to pick up to be able to take out Twisted Minds. Be sustainable, be thick, and you'll win.
Hey, the supports is what they need. It's not about just being thick. It's about how fast you can drink up all the HP potions to maintain that thickness at this point. And Fire Flux Esports just running the Ube. They ban out the Gord. They ban out the Odette. All the problems that the Valentina and the Estes face when they are in the Land of Dawn. While on the other side, they take out the Akai. Any sort of tanky junglers that are there right now, they want to get rid of them because they know it's going to be paired up with the Estes. Now what's left on board? There is the Boxia. I don't see any other tanky jungler that's available. So if I was them, just ban out the Boxia because we know the Harriet's not coming out. But at the same time, a Harriet paired up with an Estes is just going to be unlimited HP, unlimited dashes when the Zaman Force is dropped. And it's looking bleak for the side of Twisted Minds right now because all the positivity, all the attention is being dragged on by that Estes pick, right? Yeah, they ban out the Boxia.
Exactly. I mean... You kind of anticipated it. I'm not quite sure if you wanted to ban it out because it's almost a curse at this point. But maybe they're just like, don't give us the win, you know? Like let's see what you got up your sleeves. Maybe it's not a Boxia, but we'll see. I do like the Odette ban because that was one of Cuffin's other signature picks that really haven't seen too much here and actually synergizes pretty well with the Matilda. So I understand that ban in general. Now, it's going to come down to Fire Flux on what they decide to go with at this point. There's a couple options. I mean, they're already beefy. They could just ultimately go with the Claude, but it looks like they're going to pick up the Brody instead. A little bit of an interesting choice. This is, I mean, I don't know. This is wild.
Hey, throwing it back. Throwing it back to a couple seasons ago where the Estes and Brody were a great combination. And Brody is still a great marksman. He's a tank killer of his own. It's just that they're currently in the meta. There's a little better marksman, but they pick up the Farsa in the mid lane. 100% win rate picked twice, and the Farsa is a counter to the Estes because even before the Estes can get into the team fight to provide the heal, the feathered airstrike is going to be bombing upon them, and the Roger just to pick up the pieces. So the Farsa combination with the Roger is something again of old, thrown it back to like 5 seasons ago, before the Ube strat was kind of born. This is what people ran with when the Roger was a part of the jungle, the 1-3-1 meta. It was the Farsa and the Roger dishing out the damage. It was either the Roger or the Granger. But yeah, the Farsa and the Roger, the feathered airstrike, and Lycan Pounce to clean up shop. I see Twisted Minds where they're going with it. They have the heal from the Matilda, the guiding wind, the Barrets with the front line, Mike's on the flank, but on the other side, go for the Bowman! The Bowman! Oh my god!
What are we, BTK? What is going on here?
I was about to say, the final game of the grand final, just pulling out the Bowman.
TNZ thinks he's MOBA Zane at this point. I mean, he was MOBA Fredrin in those last games and absolutely going ham. And now they're pilling out the Balmon at match point. They are trying to be one with the MOBA. Can they pull it off the same way? This is crazy. I'm seeing flashbacks, deja vu's being rung up here, but with 2 different teams as we're going into match point. Twisted Minds versus Fire Flux Esports. Who's gonna come out on top? Is this going to be Fire Flux or is it going to be Twisted Minds? This is the match to know who wins the Snapdragon Pro Series.
This is what it's all about, because ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and friends of all ages, get ready to get into the Land of Dawn for the final game of this entire series, of this entire tournament. The grand finals best of 5 has brought us to this point of the 5th game, the culmination of everything that has been on display so far for Fire Flux Esports and Twisted Minds. It's winner takes all at the moment as we see TNZ pull out the Ballman along with the Estes on the other side, while the Farsha has been pulled off by Cuffin. Will we see the damage being dished out, or will the heal be too much for the side of Twisted Minds to respond with? As you can see, they're already making their presence felt in the gold lane. And the EXP lane bout is just the same as it is while Ballman gets poked by the Matilda.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at Mike, signature pick, Paquito, looking like they might run up here and be able to secure a kill under the Ruby. Do they attempt to do a dive? Doesn't look like it. They're going to secure the green creeps at this point. Open the mid lane, that quick rotation. Rosa!
Ooh, he gets terrified. Troll the carry flickers out as well. There's the Detonus welcome. They get the knockback on towards TNZ, but the heal coming in from Apex 47. Look at that. The Cyclone Sweep doing quite a lot of damage, but TNZ gets taken down low. Cuffin not level 4 yet, so no feathered airstrike to provide the big damage. Well, meanwhile, they go on towards TNZ once again, and not the smartest decision, and they get the clapback by the Bowman and pick up the first blood as the turtle spawns.
This is crazy. I do not know what's happening to Zoda, but the TNZ diff right now is crazy. If you allow a Balmon to scale like this is going to be detrimental. Not only that, late game Brody is going to be insane. Going to be able to hit the whole team and do so much damage. So it's going to come down to Troll the carry at this point. Can they utilize this new roam to change the tide? It wasn't the person that won the first 2 series, so let's see if they're able to keep this at bay. Rosa already taunting Cuffin. Again, the mind games playing into factor here. I like this. Little cheeky play to keep the minions on their side. Uh-oh. Feathered airstrike.
They're just coming out, and look at that. Circling Eagle gets the knock up onwards too, but I don't think they want to pick the fight as the Domain of the Moon Goddess provides the slow that they need and zones them away. And right now, again, it's Ube versus Ube, isn't it, G? It's Ube on one side with the dinosaur and the fly and the guiding wind, but look at that. They force the flicker out from Sunshine. And on the other side, it's the Ube with the Estes.
Oh gosh, Zoda left alone. Feathered airstrike coming out by Rosa.
Oh, Detna's welcome, and there they get the knockback at the same time. Lycan pounds, but the flicker was all right on time. Feathered airstrike coming this time, and along with the guiding wind and circling eagle, able to pick up the pieces. Cyclone sweep, lethal counter is there, but they get the CC right on time, coming in from Cuffin to make sure that Troll the Carry is able to survive. As Sano is running on for dear life at the same time in the gold lane.
And man, this is just overall crazy at this point. That Estes skin's kind of dope, I'm not gonna lie. It almost looks like an Echo skin for some reason. The cameraman's focusing on it, so I gotta take a look at it, right? The Estes, definitely the star pick here. Kind of kept them alive in the last bout, but is it going to be enough into the late game?
I think it definitely will have the heal, but who will be able to out-sustain? Sustain is the name of the game right now, and look at that Cyclone sweep to get the turtle going already. Mike Sama has the champ stance, will he dish out? There's a knockout strike coming back, but he has to jab his way out of there and gets another knockout strike on Yui's Alien, and I think this Ruby's been the difference maker for all the victories for Fire Flux Esports as well, as they're trying to invade in the opposition jungle. TNZ goes and tries to get it, but there's the feathered airstrike to zone them away, but there it is, the big eye offender to cancel it out, able to fly out of their big wings by wings, but there's the feather airstrike of Rosa using the IMU. Knockout strike comes in, circling eagle gets the knock up on towards 2 there, but here comes Sano. Will he go in like it bounce? The Rogers on the hunt, will he get the kill? No, he doesn't. They get in terrified, and he's able to survive the slightest bit of HP. TNZ still standing strong after all that heal provided by Apex 47. Will they be able to go? Lethal counter is online, doesn't want to use it yet, as he just picks up the War Axe. And he should be doing a lot more damage now. And the Estes has to be respected a little bit more by Twisted Minds.
I mean, it was just the micro pay by Rosa there to terrify Sano. He was about to wreak havoc on Apex and Rosa with the built-in terrify of the Valentina. Looks like the Matilda Airlines trying to keep this tower alive, but I don't think it's going to be enough as Fire Flux is on fire. 2 towers down for Twisted Minds. The aggression, the 3K gold lead secured here by Fire Flux.
Yeah, and it's all about momentum, right? Twisted Minds had the momentum in game number 1, and they took it to game number 2. Unfortunately, in game number 3, they had a clapback from the side of Fire Flux, and now they're able to make that comeback. They made it from through to 1 to 2 to 2, but here Yui's Alien gets caught out. Feathered airstrike being used, circling eagle, everything being thrown at him. He's still able to survive. No, he's not. Gets taken down by the Lycan pounce. And right now, Sano finally gets online, and this is where Twisted Mind starts shining. But meanwhile, look at Ballman in the bot lane. Mike Sama keeping him at bay. He gets taken down by Sunshine as they try to get the siege under the tier 2 down bot. And Fire Flux Esports definitely the aggressors, and showing that they are the top dog for a reason, as the second turtle is up and running. And will Zoda get zoned out? The feather airstrike coming in from Rosa gets canceled out again. And now Twisted Minds need to find a way, need to find an opportunity to make that comeback, as the mid lane is being forced upon by Fire Flux Esports. They're trying to defend. There it is, the feathered airstrike, the Matilda Airlines, the circling eagle that picked up the kill. Will be going in towards Detna. Welcome. And here comes the Bowman along with the Cyclone sweep, and I think they're extending this team fight a little too much. But Zoda gets caught by the I'm offended. Will he get taken out? Yes, he does. What a extended team fight, Jim.
I thought that was going to land into the favor of Twisted Minds, but Fire Flux kind of just coming back and clapping back. Almon 2-0-1, definitely controlling this fight. Kind of taking a look at this replay again. Mike Sama coming in, taking out Apex, but look at the Ballmont in the thick of it, paired with the Estes, just so thick. Not too much that they could do. Left Zoda all alone. Troll the Carry not able to get him out of such a sticky situation. Twisted Minds are having a tough time. Troll the Carry is about the only thing keeping them alive. Is paired with Cuffin as well. And Sano, don't count them out just yet, though. A 2K gold lead. We just seen a really good team fight happen. If they're able to get something like that once again, we could see a big lead difference. But you can already see they're trying to apply the pressure into the mid lane. But look at the 3-man in the top, Kronos.
Ooh, I think they're trying to go, but the guiding wind right on time to save Sano, because Rose has been a monster on the Valentina, but here comes the TNZ. Lethal counter, picked up the kill, but Detna's welcome is there. But there's the big feathered airstrike to provide the damage. Enough heal coming in from the Estes to make sure he's able to survive his TNZ. The Cyclone Sweep should be able to pick up the pieces as he gets a mega kill. Meanwhile, in the back line, Mike Sama picks up Rosa at the same time. And look at TNZ, he's just sustaining so much at this point as Fire Flux Esports up by 2,300 in the goal lead.
Yeah, at this point, it's crazy, right? Like, I don't know if it's a little bit of a miscommunication, but that Daytona's welcome into the feathered airstrike was a little bit of a misplay there by Zoda, utilizing the feathered airstrike to hit the person while they're inside of the Daytona's welcome just does not work. And then that also put Cuffin in a little bit of a displacement. Ruby's I'm offended.
Oh, look at the triple knockup coming in after the circling eagle. Detna's welcome gets 3, but at the same time, Blessing of the Moon got us enough heal to survive. But here now, everyone has to get out of harm's way as TNT is such a beefy boy. He has the lethal counter, but the Rockets gets the kill. And Mathilda's the one to pick it up as Troll the carry. Just being the menace and zoning for the rest of his team. Although they're up in kills, Fire Flux Esports look like the one to be in control in all these team fights in every single bit of the siege as the Lord is marching out of the bot lane. And I'm offended onto where it's still feathered airstrike trying to clear the wave. Enough damage is being dished out, but at the same time, Zoda's not able to survive. Will he go for the lethal counter? TNT is going for this. This is the green that they were talking about in the Bible. While Mike Sama is going towards the back line, and he gets caught out by TNT at the same time. And let's see if they're able to, but there's the lethal counter. It misses at this point. And seems like Yui's alien just trying to provide the zonage for the rest of his team. The Lord is still going down the bot lane.
I mean, Fire Flux at this point is lead. Oh my god, another one.
Detna's welcome, and you can see feathered airstrike. They pick up Rosa at the right time, so Twisted Mind's buying time for themselves. Meanwhile, this TNZ is being a menace to them. Just chopping them down, poking them as much as they can. Lord is still quite healthy in the bot lane, and they should be looking at getting the inhibitor. The I'm offended gets 2 with the flickers. Troll the carry gets burst down instantly by those corrosive strike marks coming in from Sunshine. And this is where Fire Flux Esports start to shine when Sunshine gets going and when Yui gets going. As you can see, the feathered airstrike doing the damage once again. The knockout strike with the lethal counter picks up the unstoppable. Look at the heal. They're in their face, torn apart memory as well. The triple kill coming out from TNZ. He's in their base. He doesn't care because the last one's left standing is Cuffin as they're trying to march down into the base to pick up the victory. But no minions there to buy some time for the side of Twisted Minds. But Yui's aliens being a problem, a menace, as here comes the circling eagle to cancel things out. Feathered airstrike to go and clear the wave, but it's not enough as Rosa has the feathered airstrike of his own.
Jesus Christ.
As they're still trying to go in to get the mid lane inhibitor.
They are just living in Twisted Mind's base at this point. They built a house and they're not leaving.
Oh my god, and they're trying to end. They don't want the Lord. They have the momentum. They're pressing their advantage. They have the heal, but they want to back off as the Lord is just about to spawn so that they will be able to survive and make it an easier way for them to end the game.
This is, I mean, utter domination right now at Fire Flux. Twisted Minds, this is like the do or die moment. They need to siege this, get some type of play to be able to take this Lord, and if they can, it'd be huge.
Oh, feathered airstrike, circling eagle on towards the back line. They catch the right person, the right target, and that is Sunshine. And look at Mike Sama zoning them away, but at the same time, the Bowman picks up the kill on towards Zoda. Their front line gets melted. Cuffin falls while their back line gets melted. Sano's the only one left standing, along with Troll the carry, who is gone back to the base. But Sano gets taken down as well. Troll the carry, the last one standing, as the minions are marching down the mid lane, and they're quite beefy. They're 2 cannon minions at the same time, but the I'm offended along with the flicker should be able to get the kill onto Troll the carry. He goes for the circling eagle, trying to make sure he gets the base, but no. As you can see, Fire Flux Esports providing the recall taunts as they're trying to end the game. and they will be able to take the finals of the Snapdragon Pro Series with the miracle reverse sweep from 2-0 down to 3-2 up. And they are the champions of the Snapdragon Pro Series.
What a grand finals. Twisted Minds on the winning foot, ends up getting reverse swept by Fire Flux Esports. The disrespect there at the end to kind of seal the deal. And kind of looking at some of these highlights, you could just see the ultimate domination here. The Ube strap pulled out with the Ballmon, and then the Valentina, there was just nothing they could do. Zoda, a big dino, could not move, and Ballmon was just harassing him like no tomorrow. Tienzi lived in Twisted Minds jungle. He said, "This land of dawn is mine, Kronos."
He absolutely lived in their jungle. He lived in the base, and guess what happened? Because right now they were there. Tienzi almost died, taking so many turret shots right here. And Yui's Alien with the perfect time of endings all the time. The heal was on point, and Rosa stealing away the feathered airstrike at the same time. The siege at their at the Twisted Minds base. It was just too much for them to handle, and once TNZ got those items that he needed, he was basically unkillable. And it was just a different story, and I feel like Twisted Minds gave it their best, but guess what, Fire Flux, they're just a different breed.
It was speechless, bro. Reverse sweep, Fire Flux coming online, ending the game in such a dominating fashion. Tienzi, I don't know what happened to him, but he literally hit a flick of the switch. I don't think there was a mistake he made in the last 3 games.
Absolutely.
It was absolutely crazy. Look at this. Look at the heat map. Literally comes back to his jungle once or twice, but lives in Twisted Minds jungle all the way into the end game. Is he, look at it, he literally only goes back for the Lord, maybe one little buff, but then he just literally never stopped invading, never stopped controlling Twisted Minds, and kind of blew my mind with a reverse sweep.
They blew our minds together, because I'm thinking, I knew we were saying that, you know, Fire Flux are not looking like themselves, and just when they were start doubting them, you know, they make this miracle comeback just after I wore the suit. Maybe it's the suit buff I got going for them. And at this point, congratulations, taking nothing away. They are the champions indeed. Maybe my suit had little something to do with it, you know. I'll take a little bit of credit for that. But
yeah, I mean, you kind of we came back from a break, and like they were on fire after that, you know. Hey. Maybe it was the suit and the glasses buff, you know?
There you go. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. My suit and your glasses, they got the combination going, and for sure they were able to pull off this victory. But oh my God, why did we ever doubt them? They proved their doubters, their haters completely wrong, and they will be moving on into further tournaments. I believe the MSC that's coming up as well as one of the favorites to take it all, because let's be honest, they're super strong, and they've shown it to us time and time again. When they are backed into a corner, they have nowhere else to go but forward, and they march so strong with their chest and their head held high, coming out as victors. And oh my God, did they prove that in this series?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was overall a great series, utter domination by Fire Flux. I mean, I can't even say ultimate domination. Like they were struggling in the very first 2 series, but again, I think after that break they had, maybe they popped a couple Red Bulls. Maybe they woke up, you know, maybe it was the time difference. They slapped their face, splashed some water on them, and they just went crazy, pulling out. It was literally like the support strat. We went 2 Florence and an Estes and a GG's reverse sweep. What the heck?
I think it was the glasses and the suit buff. I think that's what it was, right? They saw that on stream. But hey, GD Ico got his glasses, Chronos got a suit. We gotta get going now. We gotta make sure we put on a show for them. And I think they definitely did, and absolutely loved that best of 5 series. I think before we even started, we said that it's gonna go all the way to game number 5, and guess what? It did. And oh my God, did we have a treat for our eyes? Because it was absolutely beautiful. I have no
It was
words. I'm
crazy.
speechless.
It was a great series. I loved it. Snapdragon Pro Series was amazing. Kronos, it was amazing casting with you in such a crazy series. It wasn't even a sweep. It was a reverse sweep. So crazy. Again, any final words for you before we call it a grand finals and a GG?
Hey, no, nothing more than just thanks you for showing the love and support in the comments section. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it if you did. But at the same time, if you need me, you know where to find me. You can always hit up GD Ico if you want to get a hold of me at the same time. And you guys got me in my socials. There's G Chronos, G_Chronos. That's my Discord. That's my YouTube. That's my Facebook. That's my Twitch. Yeah, you'll find me wherever you need to, and you can hit me up with whatever doubts and stuff you have about the meta and things like that, you know. But at the same time, it was wonderful to cast with alongside UG because it was an absolute pleasure, not just this series, all the way throughout the tournament. Can't wait until we cast once again, and looking forward to it definitely. And don't forget to show some love and support to him as well.
Hey.
So yeah, for those all in the Indian community, those who know me at least, you know, show you some love and support because he definitely puts in the work and he deserves all the credit that he gets and all the work that he's put in. So congratulations to the Cloud9 manager going in towards the MSC right now. So just happy that we'll be looking at you on stage there, bro. So make sure you're there nice and smiling, and you know, give a peace sign whenever you can. But apart from that, you know, nothing else from me. It was an absolute pleasure casting alongside you. But our socials are down below, and you know, I think Snapdragon Pro Series off the bucket list.
Yep, and I appreciate all you guys stopping by on the channel. Much love to all the fans and the community out there. You guys are amazing. We love you. And until next time, G the Ico and Chronos out.
Peace.